Hello. I'm sorry. I'm had problems coming in because of technical problems. So anyway, it wanted some new password. Um, looks like we have 3 so far. I'm gonna admit the rest of y'all. There's Joanne, there's Rasmia, Neil, Hurricane. Welcome. It's kind of bright in here and hot. I'm outside because everybody else is asleep inside. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Pretty late. Sorry about the short notice, but I have a party today for my anniversary in July 4th. And a bunch of the teachers are actually here today. And they stayed late last night to decorate. So anyway, so that's why I woke up late. But let me see. I don't know who else is gonna be
Tara Merlina. Good evening.
Become a co-host so you can let everybody in while I talk. Who wants to volunteer? You want Ricane or Joanne?
I can do it.
Co-host. All you have to do is let everybody in. You just have to go under anyway, find the people and then let them in. That's all. Who wants to do it? Joanne or Ricane?
Yeah, that's okay.
Joanne, okay. Joanne, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna make you a co-host, okay? Usually Mike or Giselle does this for me, but they're not here right now, so make host. So you are now the host, Joanne.
Okay.
So if you don't mind to find them and let
there
them
you
in.
go.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me, Dr. Merlina?
Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me?
Okay, good. Yeah. Yes, loud and clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's so bright in here. It's outside. I'm sweating like crazy. Hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna let you let every.
Okay. There was this chat, Dr. Merlina. So I have given them the what's this?
Link?
Zoom meeting link. Yeah. And I've also copied and pasted your information about the 8 o'clock to 10 p.m. activity today.
Yeah. And I'm sorry about the short notice. I just thought about it this morning. So
okay. So far there's still
nobody knew.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay. Well, people might not be paying attention to their email. I don't know. But anyhow, do you have any questions for me? Those that were early. There's it says on the chat. Let me see who's in the chat. Oh, also, Joanne, can you help me check the chat? Make sure we answer.
Yes, I will.
You said about the audio. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, my audio is working now, so I can help you out.
Okay. So if you are here, would you please type on chat where you are from the Philippines? That way we'll know. Joanne, where are you from at?
Las Piñas po.
Las Piñas. Okay.
Yes.
And that would be considered part of Manila, right?
Yes po.
Okay. Yeah. So
maybe we can ask Ricane and Rasmia.
Yeah. If you don't mind to do that, that way we'll know where you are from.
Maybe they're still fixing something.
I'm from Salem, Arkansas. So I think everybody knows now that I'm from Salem. I always talk about it.
Yes.
So how was your week so far? Doing okay? You already out of school or no?
We just finished our summer class last week, so I am now present again.
Yay.
Yeah.
So summer schools in the Philippines is like when? What dates?
If I'm not mistaken, most of the private schools are already on their vacation. But then the public school will have on the 7th, will last until the 7th of July.
Oh, wow. That's actually my anniversary date is July 7th. Got married. Yeah, but we're celebrating it today, but we got married in 7/7/87.
Nice number.
Yeah, no, because if it was all sevens, I would have been 9 years old. So I can't do that on 7.
Wait. Dr. Merlina, you were married 7/7/97?
No, 87.
Oh, 87. Yeah, I got married 8/8/97.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, you're 10 years
Oh,
later. Yeah.
we like the numbers, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The
Uh,
8 is actually very, very lucky, especially with
yeah,
Chinese people. Yeah, Chinese folks. They
yeah.
really I know of, I don't know, I was watching something and somebody said that they waited till 808 in order to have
Oh,
a
yeah.
baby.
Because 8 represents infinity, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. That's why they like that. That
Yes
is
po. Wala pa rin pong pumapasok na new
Oh, okay.
participant.
Do you have any
So,
questions for me then?
I actually worked on my diploma now and
Okay.
TOR. So working on the document. So far, I've learned a lot from your because you've also given us a copy of the videos, right? So
Yes.
I keep on going
You
over
watched
those
it.
videos. So
Which
yeah.
particular lesson were you thinking that you learned?
Oh, a lot.
Really?
First things first. When I introduced myself last March,
Uh-huh.
March or April, there was a lot of corrections, and I've learned a lot from that. And then I shared it to other teachers
What
that
correction were you talking
don't
about?
do you don't need to talk about yourself. You talk about your profession and talk
Okay,
about
yeah.
what you can do with the kids.
Yes,
Because
yes,
I introduced myself and told everyone that I am married and have these kids. So we're not gonna do that so that we're not be able to create bias. Those were
yes,
your words. Mhm.
yes. You're right. Yeah,
Mhm.
you're right. So
Then
that's good. Perfect.
and then just be confident and be humble at the same time
Yeah.
when you are being interviewed. And I'm actually very proud of those people in the group chat wherein they got hired already.
Yeah, I know,
So,
right? I was
so
hoping they'll
exciting.
join us today and tell us all about it. I know Sinando used to
Oh
attend all the
yeah.
time. She's coming, and I think Maria Parihan, she used to come all the
Ah,
time too, and she's coming to Vegas.
apo.
And I don't know who else. I wish that everybody would actually, email me when this good news happens because, and
Okay.
I know they're so busy trying to get their paperwork done, but it would be nice to know. It's kind of
Yes po.
encouraging, I think, for everyone. So I'm gonna let
Agree.
you talk to them while I am getting something for my sweat. Crazy.
Okay. So for those who've just arrived, welcome. So Ricane, if I pronounce your name correctly, welcome. Lynn, Phileas, and Rasmia, welcome po. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. So this is actually my third or fourth time attending since March. And when you keep on attending, you will be learning a lot from Dr. Merlina and the other teachers who are already in Arkansas. So if in case that you do have questions, Dr. Merlina
Yeah.
instructed us to type it, then we will
Yeah.
be giving the chance.
Sounds
Mm.
good. Yeah, that would be good. That way we can answer, we can address them
Yes
that
po.
way.
Mm.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And you're doing an awesome
Apa.
job, girl.
Woohoo!
A plus, A plus. Anyway,
Practicing. I'm practicing.
yay. So anyway, so that's good that you learned about not when you're being interviewed, you do not need to give them your personal information and
Yes po.
including your resume. You should not have any personal information in your resume like you're married or what your age you are, how many kids you have, all those. Some of them even had their weight and all this. No, don't put that there. If you put your date of birth, then it also, of course, they figure out how old you are. You don't want to create that bias.
Yes.
So I remembered a question that is 40 years old too old? And I said, oh, please don't ask that question because I'm already in my 50s. I'm mid 50s. So yeah, there's no discrimination according to age here or religious preferences or sexual orientation, all that. There's none because it's against the law to yeah. Somebody's talking Tagalog.
Maybe background noise.
Yeah.
I'm telling them that if you do have questions, they can type it. And then I'm also typing that if you are a first timer, please be ready with a 2 to 3 minute self-introduction. Tama po?
That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay po.
And Ricane is asking, hello doc, while waiting, can I ask about the online application? What are you talking about, Ricane? Which online application?
Hello, Doc. Good evening.
Hello, yeah. Which one are you talking about?
With regards to online application, I can see
The which one?
the application cancel or not in the use. In the last part of the online application, there is stated stated there it's in person. What is that?
You just ignore it, and then when they get an
Is it
email, when you get an
still
email for interview,
okay
tell
for
them
us?
that you
So
are
in
in
the
the you tell them that you're in the Philippines and that it's not possible for you to do in person, and that can you please send me a Zoom link or a Google Meet link, and you'll be happy to do it
yeah,
via online.
yeah. What I mean, Doc, is is it okay to proceed the online application if you can see there down that the location is in person? Is it okay?
Yeah, I guess they would they will work with you if they really like your application. They will work with you to do a Zoom. Yeah, because obviously if they ask you for an interview, they like your things already. You already won them over with your resume and cover letter. So yeah, you can just tell them later that it's not quite feasible. We're 10,000 miles away. So so that's what you have to tell them. Okay, let me.
What about doctors also? I saw the on site. What is that on site?
What is it? The which
On
one
site.
is it? Huh?
On site.
On site. That means in person. In person, yeah. On site means
Same,
at
same.
their location. Yeah. So because most of the
Okay.
places, of course, they're gonna want people to come, but it's not possible. It's not possible for you. So so just go on your application as if you didn't see that, and then if they really like you, they'll send you an email invitation for an interview, and then
Yeah.
just tell them then respond to it saying that, oh, I'm so sorry, but I live in the Philippines, so it's not feasible for me to come on site, or in-person interview. So they will work with you. Is that if you don't mind to send me a Zoom link or a Google Meet link, that I will be glad to visit with you. Just remember that I have a 13-hour difference in the Philippines. And I always give an example, like if it's 8 a.m. in Arkansas, of course, Arkansas is under Central Time, which means that if it's New York, then they're going to be ahead even one more hour. So, but anyway, Arkansas is Central, and it's like 8 o'clock in Arkansas. It's 9
Arkansas.
p.m. in the Philippines.
Missouri.
I think, Lynn, do you have a question for Dr.
Doc, is
Merlina?
the to fill?
TOEFL. Okay, the TOEFL is something that if you really are very sure that you're going to teach in Arkansas, TOEFL is definitely a requirement. And you can get this ahead of time at ets.org and you just search on TOEFL. But you cannot get a licensure. If you're being asked this by an Arkansas administrator, tell them that Arkansas Department of Education really does not give you a licensure ahead of time before you get to Arkansas. So it's not, even though you have gotten your TOEFL, you still will not get your license because they will not even let you apply until you get here. That's just the rule. So just tell them that I am aware that I'll have to get a TOEFL later, but I know that according to my mentor there, Dr. McCullough, that I cannot even get my license in Arkansas until I get there physically. But you might want to work on having a New Mexico licensure. That might help you. If you have a New Mexico licensure, which is an easy, you go Google Department of Education and put New Mexico or New Mexico Department of Education in quotation, and then find under licensure, and under licensure, there's a reciprocity. And then it lists the requirement on how to get a license from them. So far, that's been one of the easiest states to get a license. I don't remember. Does anybody know how much it costs? I know it's not very much to get the New Mexico. $10 or $20, I don't remember. It's pretty cheap. So could be 500 pesos or could be 1,000 pesos, but that's not too bad. If you're going to get a licensure from one of the states,
Okay.
because then you can talk about the process.
What is that link, Doc?
You just type the Joanne, can you search for me and in quotation New Mexico Department of Education and then post the link in chat, please. You can just Google New Mexico
Thank
Department of
you.
Education in quotation marks, and then it should show there.
Okay, thank you so
Yeah.
much, no.
Yeah, so go licensure and then reciprocity, and it tells you the link of it.
Okay, thank you so much for the link.
Okay, Joanne is
Okay.
looking for it. It is so humid here. It is so humid here in Arkansas that I'm sweating like crazy, and I'm outside my porch. It's inside. My son Jet is over there in the living room because my guest house is full of Filipino teachers, and so. And then I don't know. I hope I didn't wake them up by there. I'm right outside the window. But anyway, Leslie's here and Jing is here. Kate is here. Leslie, you have met Leslie a few times. Kate is an art teacher at Helena, and Jing is a social studies teacher at Helena High School. And who else? I think Mike would be here in person with his wife and 2 kids. He's bringing a lechon for me, so he has to pick it up from Memphis today, and he's gonna deliver it. And I said, Mike, just pay for it first, and I'll reimburse you. So, and I feel bad because he's got a brand new car. I hope he doesn't make his car stink too much today. It's a 4-hour drive from where he is to me. So if they leave about 10 o'clock this morning, and they will be here for the party at 2 o'clock. You know, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So right now it's only
Dr.
only
Merlin?
7.
Excuse me. Is it okay if I'm gonna post something about Albuquerque?
Yeah, that's fine. That sounds
Will
good.
that be fine? Okay. Thank you.
Albuquerque is the capital of New
Oh.
Mexico. Yeah.
Apo.
So it's like Little Rock
Okay.
for me. Little Rock
Okay.
capital. What were you saying about Albuquerque?
No, that was the one that appeared when I typed in.
Yeah. Okay.
So they
And
might.
then, did you
see it
go
from
find the
there.
licensure though, or you did not?
There is this new announcement from the New Mexico Public Education Licensure Extension Request. There's this information from there.
Okay.
So is it okay to post it?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah,
Okay.
post the link,
Okay.
and then so if you're here, you may want to copy and paste this link that Joanne is putting in chat
Okay.
and put it in a new document or something for you. So
Okay.
you will have it. Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, the one that I've seen is the one with renewal, but I think that will also be leading them to another information regarding that.
Can you link on it and see? I mean, click on it and see
Yes,
if it
Bob.
really does. Yeah. Let me.
Okay.
I don't know if I can. Let me look. Let me look if it will for me, because once you get that, okay, there it is. On the left there, let me see. Licensure opportunities. I'm gonna click on licensure opportunities and see if I could find it. There it is, reciprocity. If you go under that licensure pathways and opportunities, there's a reciprocity. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that one to there, but that way it will be direct. So I will.
There is this question from teacher Ricane. How to apply New Mexico license now?
Okay, here we go. I just put a link off of
Okay.
Joanne's. I found that direct link to the licensure and reciprocity. So if you click that, then it should tell you exactly the requirements and how to do it. So I think that would be good to have in your file somewhere. So it says https://webnew.ped.state.nm.us, and then /bureaus/licensure and then dash requirements. That seems to be that's the one. But I just read it in for it to be recorded on Zoom. So anyway, I hope that you do decide to do that, because sometimes it might be some of the folks, especially those that have never hired somebody, it might kind of convince them, oh, it's okay because you already have a US license, which is in New Mexico, one of the 50 states. So, but in Arkansas, that's not really very helpful because they kind of frown on on people from the Department of Education perspective, that they frown that people are getting a New Mexico licensure when you have not really taught in New Mexico. But it doesn't stop people from getting it. So it's up to you, your call.
So
Okay, any
far,
other
there is
question?
no questions so far, and I think we can start with introducing
Yeah.
themselves.
Who
And
has not introduced themselves? Because I think Roy Kane has. Lenny?
yes, ma'am.
Lenny must be new, right? Lenny and the one with the military, or a couple there, picture of a couple.
Yeah, Christy Taharan.
Yeah. So who
Ah.
wants to go? Who do you want to call first, Joanne?
Oh. Let me do the minimum. Oh, I think Miss Lynn Felias is ready because she turned on her Zoom. Her. Oh,
Okay.
I
Do you
think Miss
say,
Hi.
Lynn, you look familiar though.
Hi.
Have you
Yeah.
did you do my,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Ma'am, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I already attended this orientation, ma'am, this
Uh-huh.
Zoom meeting before.
Okay,
And I
that's what I thought.
also I also introduced myself already that time, and I sent you an email, an
Yes. That's why I
appreciation
said it looks
email
familiar. Yeah, when
on
I
your
saw that, I'm
visit.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
that looks familiar. Yeah.
Well,
But how
when
do
I
you,
saw
Yeah.
her face,
Ma'am,
yeah,
Dr. Merlina.
yeah. How do you
yes.
pronounce your name? Lenny or Len?
Oh, ma'am, that's not my full name. My full name is Arlene.
Arlene. Okay. So people
Yes.
would call you Arlene, not Lean,
Yes.
not Len. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, I would like to give you an update.
Yeah.
I already, with my past application, I already got 4 job offers,
Yay,
ma'am.
good job. Yay.
Yay.
Proud of
And
you.
I chose, yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Mm.
I chose one from Missouri.
Oh, good. Close to
Missouri?
me.
Yes.
Next door
Uh,
state,
yeah.
lang sa akin. Yeah. Saan?
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
it's good. St. Joseph, ma'am.
Oh, okay. That's only
St. Joseph.
3 or 4 hours from me. So that's doable.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. I can go
Yeah.
to your place, Mama.
Yeah. Anytime.
So
Most
when
of
you're
the,
having a party, also
yeah, we're
I
having
can go
today.
too.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yes.
They are
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna be partying today. So funny, last night, I don't know, mga
Mm-mm.
11:30 na siguro, or mga 12 o'clock na sila at night, in the morning, nag-sleep kasi nag-ano sila ng decoration in my yard. Let me change my,
Wow.
I'm gonna change my virtual background and make it with no background so that you can see it. Okay, let me walk. You
Excuse
can
me.
see my yard, and let me see that. See this, where is it? Yeah, see the little tent there with all this with all the red, white,
Wow,
and
that's so
blue.
pretty.
Yeah, they were working on that last night. And then
Mm.
even the porch, they put like a little flag there in the porch. Can you not see it? And then on top,
Yes.
yeah, even on top, they put like some, yeah, see? They put some of decorations last night. And then here in the when you first come in my house, then you have, it's not ready quite yet, but we have this table. Let me see this table. Can you see it? Let me see. Yeah, see the table?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
all red, white, and blue. All red, red, and
Mm.
blue. And then on the other side, we also have, yeah. So we're gonna have food and all that. We'll have lechon coming. Mike is gonna bring the lechon. So I'm excited. Yeah, that's
Yes.
pretty
How
cool.
many people are you expecting?
Maybe the people that actually had told me that they're coming is about, so far the last time, 70 plus, but maybe it could be 100, because these are not
Oh.
just Filipinos. These are a bunch of Filipinos and Americans. I have a
Mm.
bunch of the Filipinos that are living close by. They said they're gonna come. And so what I asked them
Mm.
is that can you email me, or can you text me what are the things that you're gonna be bringing so that we can avoid duplication. So
Mm.
we have like people saying they're gonna bring like Maha Blanca and mango float and cassava cake and all kinds of things like that. So anyway, so yeah. See the some of the cars,
Mm,
they're over here parked in the back of my house. These are Filipino
mm,
teachers' cars. There's a truck by Jing, and this is Leslie's Toyota. Yeah. So yeah, so they arrived yesterday. It's always so exciting when they come. And so yeah, see, this is my yard in the back. And this is not as hot as a while ago. So this is where I'll sit. But so oh that hose is ugly there. But yeah, so any other question that you have? I wish that you were there. Hi,
We do have
Arlene, that's
questions.
awesome though. St. Joe,
yes,
what? Elementary, middle school, high school?
middle
What is it?
school. Middle
Middle school,
school.
okay. So what
I'll be
particular
teaching
grade?
English language arts.
Oh,
Eighth
ELA.
grade.
Okay, good job. Yeah, that's my area.
Mm.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, when is your like where are you in the process now?
I'm still waiting for my placement from Green Heart.
Oh, Green Art. Or did they already respond to you? Because they take them forever to respond sometimes.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. I already just finished submitting my requirements after my
Okay.
interview with them.
Okay.
Now I just need to wait for a few days to
Good.
receive another email again if
You're
they
lucky.
approve.
Yeah, you're lucky because
Yeah.
some of the ones that have gotten a job already and Greenheart never answered them. So they continue to look.
Mm,
I don't know if Nieva will join us today, but I know Nieva is Christine's best friend, and Nieva is still looking for a visa sponsor. And that's really sad when you already
mm,
have a JO or job offer and you cannot find a visa sponsor. So some of them are wondering if it's completely out. From the past experience, and this is my third year of doing this, it's always out by August or end of July. But first week of July, there should still be some available, but your more popular one like Greenheart or GEC or ITS, those are popular, so they're gone first. So you may want to ask the other folks, just email them, especially if you already have a job letter. That's what you need to get started with. You say, my name is so and so, and I already have a job offer from whatever school, and I really hope that you still have some visa slots available, so I could you can help me with my J1 visa. That's the first 2 or 3 sentences you should have. That way, they will read more because they get hundreds or dozens of letters from everybody in the world, so
mm,
especially Filipinos. So if you start with, I already have a job offer, you're already telling them that, hey, you don't have to do much for me. I already placed myself. You
mm.
just need to just help me
Yeah,
with the paperwork. That's all. And so that could
yeah.
get you a response quicker, is what I'm
Mm.
thinking.
Dr.
I
Merlina,
don't know
excuse
if
me.
it
Oh, sorry.
is possible, Doctor
Mm-hmm.
Doc,
Uh-huh.
because I'm with a partner program that is International Alliance Group.
Okay, is that one, is the International Alliance Group, is that part of the designated visa sponsor list? Joanne, can you find the
Um,
designated visa list and then put it on chat, and we can click on it and see if that one is in there.
May I know what to type again?
Okay, Google designated visa sponsors US,
Okay.
and you
Designated
should see the
visa.
word bridge in the, if you see the word bridge in it, that's the right one.
Okay po. Looking for it. While I'm doing it, there is actually this question coming from Ricane, which
Okay,
is
Ricky.
connected to visa sponsorship.
Okay,
I think Ricane, she has it in our chat.
chat. Okay, let me see.
Yes po.
I have
Uh-huh.
incoming interview. However, before they ask me to send some requirements, and what is how to answer this? Your plan for J1 and sponsorship. What they're just essentially asking if you already have a visa sponsors identified, or are you already part of that? So if what you need to do before your interview is you need to go ahead and an email some of the sponsors and see who would respond to you, because or you can just have a plan. If you say, I'm planning to apply with Greenheart, a bunch of my friends or people from our support group have used Greenheart, or GEC Global Education Concepts, or ITES. You can just name 2 or 3 of them that you're planning to approach, and you tell them that the situation is that they don't even, some of these visa sponsors won't even respond to you unless you have a job offer. So you have to, you know, that chicken and egg situation here, like they wanted a job offer before they would even entertain you. But some of them might, but most of them do not. So they want you to already have a job offer and then you contact them, which means that they already want you to do the work. So they can just like get the DS and that's all they have to do. You pretty much have placed yourself already, you know. So that's what, that could be a plan that you could say. I have these three places that have been used by a lot of my colleagues, you know, in my support group, and that they have been responsive. And so that's my plan is I want to email them once I have a job offer. That's what you can say. Okay, good question there, Ricane.
There is
Okay.
another one. Is still in the chat box. This
Uh-huh.
is from Rasmia Fernandez regarding Montana.
Yeah, Montana. Tell me
So,
about Montana. That's a pretty far away. Like,
maybe Miss Rasmia, Mom Rasmia Fernandez, maybe you can turn on your
yeah,
video.
explain to me, please.
Okay, well, maybe she's still fixing it. May I read it? Oh, there she is. Okay, go, Mom Rasmia.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, Doc.
Hello, hi.
Gusto ko lang po mag-ano.
Yeah, you have to speak English.
Kasi
I'm
po,
sorry. Yeah, you have to speak English because yeah,
sorry,
I want
Doc.
you to practice.
Okay. I just want to ask Doc if I have already my out of state license at Montana.
Okay.
Then I have my MT license certificate is ready to release at Montana. Can you give me a link where I can apply a school at Montana?
You have to go to schoolspring.com, and then
Yes.
if you go to School Spring, then you will you can just search on the filter. You know, you can on the left side there's a filter. You can choose Montana, and it
Yes.
will show up all of the Montana,
Okay.
all Montana there. Maybe Joanne can do that for us. Go to schoolspring.com. Are you already signed up there, Joanne, in the schoolspring.com?
Not yet, not yet.
Oh,
Simply
okay.
because I am afraid that they might call me
Oh,
for an
really? Why?
interview.
You're so funny.
I've
Why?
already uploaded the link for the one with the bridge,
Oh,
and
there
then
it is.
also
You, yeah, okay,
to
good. But you have to put teacher. There's an under program name. You have to put teacher because that one, if you just do the first one, then it's gonna be for everybody. But you have to go look under program and then make sure that you go down to teacher. That way, this is
okay,
all just teacher. Yeah. So
okay,
try to make sure there's the word teacher in it. And
okay.
then so if you go to schoolspring.com
Thank
right there, yeah, and then you just filter it. You have to sign in and sign up, and then if you have never done it yet. And then also another one is I have this let me see, I don't, anyway, I have this a file that I have that I actually, if you go to our ITSA group, featured group is on top. It has a flag of Arkansas. I mean, you know, a map of Arkansas there. It's on the bottom of it is a multi-state job postings. That means it has all the 50 states and then linked to all their job postings, the top 10 or 15 biggest schools in every state. So just look for Montana, you know, go through, it's an ABC order. So you go right there kind of in the middle,
Yes, Doc.
and then yeah, and then click on those because it goes straight to the job postings. Okay, so that's one thing
Yes,
that you
Doc.
could do. I think
Thank
that might be
you.
that might be the faster way for you to do it. So you don't have to, yeah, you don't have to
Yes.
sign in.
Thank you, Doc.
Okay, no problem. Good luck. I hope you
Yes.
get it. I hope you can
Thank
get
you.
it. You have
Yes.
about a month. You have about a
Yes.
month, yeah, to apply because they're gonna run out of
Yeah.
so they're gonna run
That
out
is,
of visa slots.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Doc.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, if they run out of
Thank you,
slots,
Joanne.
yeah,
You're
if
welcome.
you run out of slots on J1, you may want to you might want to say something about, can you sponsor me with H1B, because that's the only option left. And H1B is the big difference between the two is that H1B is a path to green card for you. So within 6 years, you'll get your green card if you do H1B. But if you do J1, the disadvantage is that after 3 years, you're supposed to come back to the Philippines and for 2 years, and then you can come back again because five years is the maximum for it. But with with H-1B, you don't have to come back. And you can, if the school really wants to sponsor you with green card, the first year, after the first year, they can do another paperwork, and then you'll be in green card holder, and which means that you can stay. When you become a green card holder, then you have, if you wait 5 years, then you become a citizen. Unless you marry a military guy, and then, or woman, and then you will be able to stay and become a green card holder once you marry somebody. And that's what, even with J1 too, some people are gonna get married to American citizen, and you can, if you're single, of course, you cannot be marrying somebody if you're married. You'll be a bigamist, and bigamist, you'll be put in jail. So yeah, don't be a bigamist.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, in the Philippines, we have we still don't have divorce, right? Is that correct? We still do not have divorce.
Yes.
We don't no divorce yet, right? Because I know they were saying something about that might change. That's not changed, right? It's still no divorce. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, but I know of some folks that actually, they would fall in love with someone, and then they would pay, I don't know, maybe $500,000. Who's that? We need to mute it. Who is that?
Done muting.
Thank you.
Okay.
What they can do is, what they have done is they pay, usually the new man will pay about $10,000, about $500,000, and in order to get instead of what was that? In order to annulment. An annulment costs about $500,000. So $10,000, and then they would pay for it, and then they would get annulled, and that means that they can marry here. And I know of at least three people that had done that. And it's expensive, it's not cheap. But if you really are crazy about it, they'll save money or borrow money to do it if you're so in love. But anyhow, I would hate to say that, because I respect the value of marriage, the sanctity of marriage. And you married someone because you're in love with them. So you do not want to just leave them just because you are in the US. That's not a good thing to do. If you get
Yes.
karma, and that's no good. Especially if they're a good man. I could see, like, if somebody is really mean to you or beating you up, or your kids, that's a different story. But if they're so kind to you and they're so supportive of you, do not leave them. They trust that you're doing this for them and your family, not for you to find another man. That's not the whole purpose of it. The whole purpose is to improve your family situation in the Philippines, right? But not for you to, like, make it an opportunity to find a different spouse. That's not the way it's set up. Okay.
So,
that happens.
Dr. Merlina,
Yes.
I do have a question. So if in case that we run out of J1 visa, it is fine to ask for an H1B visa.
Yes, you ask them.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
you ask them, and then they will ask you, what's the difference? To say the fees will be very similar. Good morning. The fees will be very similar, but the difference is that the school, instead of having a visa sponsor from the list, the school will actually be your sponsor.
Okay.
So they are your sponsor. And the difference also is that J1 visa, it could be, you don't have to say this, it could be paid by the applicant or the visa sponsor, or both, both could split. But on an H1B visa, it has to be 100% paid by the school. Your sponsor is your school on H1B, and in the instruction it says it should not cost you anything. H1B is free for you. So it's gonna be, that's why it's really good. It's really an advantage for the applicant to do the H1B. But the problem is, you don't have very many schools that would actually approve it. I mean, would actually they're so scared of the responsibilities, because if they start asking their lawyer, their legal representation for the school or district, they are gonna be told to say no, don't do it. But some schools that are desperate and they really want you to come, and tell them that H1B usually takes about 2 months. So far lately, it's been taking about 2 months. And if they pay the extra $2,500, which is called the premium processing fee, and then that's what we did with the other four, like Mike, Dina, April, and what's the fourth one? Oh yeah, Johnson. Yeah. The four of them, we paid the $2,500. Oh, there you go, Mike. They paid the $2,500, and so you will know your result within 2 weeks. Mike, thank you. Thank you in advance for bringing the lechon here soon, Mike.
Yes, Doc.
I'm gonna Dr. Merlina, I'm gonna make him, Sir Mike, hello po. I'm
Okay.
Yes,
gonna
ma'am.
make him
Yeah,
our
yeah,
host
give
na
it to
po.
him if you don't mind. Yeah, I
Apo.
saw Giselle
Okay
too.
po.
Thank you, Giselle. Joanne was
Okay.
early, so I asked her. She volunteered.
Thank
Yes
So
po, because I'm we're preparing for
yeah,
to
preparing
go
to
there.
go. So yeah, no problem. And you
Yes
have to
po.
drive too. So yeah, you can be talking too long. But Mike, I apologize ahead of time. You have a brand new car and you might stink it up with the lechon.
No
But
problem po. If it has not good, we're going to pinch some of the skin there at the back.
oh yeah, you do that. You do that. I really don't care. Yeah, you do that. You can do that. Because I already have a little lechon holder here that my husband made that will
Mhm.
decorate ahead of time. So all you have to do is put it in there and it'll be ready to go.
Yes
So
po.
I'm excited about it really because that is those folks, Marivic and them, they actually had a lechon business in the Philippines. So that's gonna taste like a Filipino lechon. They're actually gonna be professional about it. So yeah, they have a really good tasting lechon. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually planning to starve myself today so that way when when the lechon comes, I could eat more. I'm looking forward to meeting your wife and kids, Mike, in person.
Yes po, Doc. Yes po.
Yeah.
Later on, we will be there.
Yeah. Don't take too long because the party starts at 2. And if you're just gonna be barely on
Yes
time.
po.
You're gonna
We're just waiting for my eldest daughter to finish
finish.
in her
Yeah,
bath,
get
and then
ready.
we're going. We're
Okay.
leaving.
Yeah, when you leave, give it to Giselle or Joanne back, whatever,
No
whichever
problem.
wants it.
No problem po.
Giselle said that that Abby is with her. So if you don't mind, let's talk to Abby who's vacationing there to see her kids. Where's Abby? Abby, Leslie's here, and your husband is here, Abby. Your husband is here.
Hello, Doc.
Alvin.
Abby's here, but I'm going to let her talk in a while, Doc.
Okay, that's fine.
She's
Anyway,
having
Alvin and Junar last night, I have this picture. I'm gonna have to do a reel and upload later on Facebook. They were on top of my porch putting the decoration up. Both of them were up there, and I said, "Oh, please be careful." I was so afraid you will fall down. But anyway, we had so much fun last night decorating. Oh, there's Miss Abby. I'm so jealous. She's over there in the Philippines. Hi, I feel sorry for your husband. He's really missing you so bad.
hi, ma'am. Wala ka headset, Mare?
We can hear you. We
We're
can hear you.
we're having a night out with the girls.
Oh, sounds fun.
Yeah, so we're outside. We
Where are
had
you
a dinner
going?
outside. We had, ma'am.
Where are you going?
We just had dinner. We had. Mabali ba niya ang cam? Oh yeah. So this is where we had our dinner. Eat all you can. It's a Korean restaurant.
Wow. Is that one of those? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Ma'am.
What's the name of the restaurant? What's the name of the restaurant?
It's Manny Mogo.
Oh.
Korean restaurant just here in Talisay.
Wow, nice. You know, Talisay is really
Yeah.
becoming a really modern place. You got like, all kinds of things there
Yes,
now
ma'am.
going on. Yeah.
So we had we call it samgyup, but it's, and after here we'll be going to Naga Park.
Okay. What's in Naga Park?
In Naga.
In that boardwalk one? In the
It's
boardwalk?
Naga Baywalk. Oh, Naga Baywalk.
Yeah. I
Yes,
love
ma'am. It's near their municipal hall or city hall. Yeah.
Yes, it's beautiful
Yeah.
there. You know, they
So
have
we're
those,
heading there.
yeah, they have those places where they have the LOVE and you take pictures there and so on. I have some pictures there with my nieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Yes,
have the
ma'am.
best barbecue there. There's a lot of barbecue places. So there's the best barbecue there I've eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have fun. Are you bringing the kids
I
with
just
you?
had chicken feet and
I am
here, ma'am.
I'm so jealous. That's awesome. Yeah, if I go to the Philippines again, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to Naga and Talisay for sure. Yeah. Anyway, how are your kids doing? They're doing good. You're happy mamas here? It's kind of loud there, I bet.
Yeah, and we, my third daughter always wanted, yeah, like when I'm, even when I go to the restroom, she would, where's mama? Asa si mama? Asa si mama?
Oh, poor thing.
And the funny thing, the funny thing, ma'am, she started calling me mommy, mommy, mommy. And I said, why are you starting calling me mommy?
Hey, you're rich now. Remember, you're rich. Your mommy and daddy
Call
know.
me, you just call me mama.
Maybe she knows that you got a raise.
And it sounds so funny to me.
So cool. Hi, are you still gonna be bringing them next year? Next year, you're bringing them next
And
year, right?
I tell her like, nak, mambalik pa si mama sa Amerika ha. Muhilak ako ngulargan ako.
Ah,
No, ma'am. Probably next year, pag-iwad, but not this year. Not this year. Wala nakaabot. So, kung ikuan pa na ako siya, malangay na ko.
yeah. I think you're right. You're gonna be late for your beginning. When do you start your school
Yeah.
here in Barton? When does it start? You start in July or August?
Yes, ma'am.
August. Yeah. Okay. Well,
And
anyways,
I won't be staying long.
okay.
We're starting July, but I'll be there on the 22nd of July. I mean, we're
July.
starting August. Yeah.
All right. Don't forget my mango tang and also
We're
my
not
dark
staying long.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi,
Yes,
Dai.
ma'am, of course.
Hi,
Of course.
can you
It's on
check
the
out-
list now.
Yeah. Hi, Abby, can you check
Yes,
out the Magic Sing or something equivalent there? Can you see how much it is? If it's not too expensive, I would love to buy a Magic Sing. But I know if I don't want to pay
Okay, ma'am. I'll check on it.
it's too much, huh?
About how much, ma'am?
Yeah, tell me how much before buying it because
All right.
I can send the
I'll check
money
on
to
it and I'll let you
Alvin.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, they said
Dr.
that it's
Merlina?
been like 25,000 pesos or $500.
All right.
Too much for me. I think it's cheaper here. I think there's
All right,
some
ma'am.
cheaper here. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Have fun. Have fun. Not too much fun without your husband, but yeah, have fun.
All right, ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, miss you. Bye.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you here. Yeah. Well, okay, bye-bye. Looks like Faye said good morning, good evening po, and V.
Bye-bye,
V
Doc.
Stone
Sorry,
said
it's so
good day.
noisy.
Bye, sweetheart. Bye. Bye-bye. And Faye Idnai said good day. Yeah, good day, and everyone. Yes, good day to you, and good night to you. It's good morning here, early in the morning. And I was 12 minutes late this morning because I was trying to get my password for Zoom. For some reason, it asked me, and I don't remember what it was, so I had to look for it. And then I was trying to do it like, you got to go through Facebook, and then Facebook said, I want your new password too. So here I am looking again. You would think that once you've saved it, that it's there, but I guess periodically, they would ask for a new one for safety, I guess. Anyway, so anything else? Do we have any new people that want to introduce themselves, or new folks? This everybody else that I see, Mike is here, Giselle, Joanne, who else is here that I missed? Let me think. V is here. Oh, V's new, right? Annalyn. Oh, it's nice to see you again, Annalyn. And then there's Bless. Bless is new. So I'm gonna let Joanne Joanne to call somebody.
That's the most difficult thing to do.
Anybody. You need to remember they have to volunteer or be voluntary.
I have seen Miss V Orbs Tone do
Okay.
trying to
V.
turn on her video. Maybe she's ready.
Yeah.
And Dr. Merlina, Sir Mike is our host now.
Oh, okay,
Okay. But
Mr.
I'm
Mike.
always ready to help. Okay.
Okay, Mike, you can return it because Giselle obviously is busy with Abby, so you'll have to return it to Joanne. Sound like they're having fun tonight with Abby. So there you go. The three of you. Thank you so much. The three of you are my right hands now. So yeah. So Mike, do you want to give it back to Joanne because you're gonna leave, right?
Sure po, Doc. Sure po.
Yeah, don't
Take good
forget to
care
get
of
your
that
cash, Mike,
lechon.
because Marvic's gonna want cash to get paid for the lechon.
Exact amount. Anyways, Doc. The bank here is open today.
Yeah, it's 325, Mike.
Yes, Doc. Yes, Doc.
Yeah.
And Doc, I would just want to congratulate Ma'am Sheila, my first ever invite here, and she's waiting for her schedule in the Qatar US Embassy
Yay,
for
I'm so proud of
interview.
her. Which state is she gonna be in?
Ma'am Sheila.
Yeah, she needs to
Hi,
tell
Doc.
us.
Good evening, everyone. Good morning there, Doc.
Yeah,
I
congratulations,
will
Mike.
be
Thank you
in.
so much for inviting her. Look at her getting a job. I
Yes,
knew you
Doc.
would. You
I'm
are
so
so good.
happy
You are so
and
good at
proud of
answering.
her because
Yeah.
she kept on patiently applying and submitting her resumes and
Yeah.
CVs. I told her just keep on sending.
Yeah.
Wag
So Mike will
magsawa
have his
po,
people
magsawa,
over here,
yes.
a bunch of his friends now coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
I'm waiting for the schedule, Doc. I think it's still holiday there in Doha, and I'm currently in Philippines. But I will be having my visa interview in Doha. So
Yay.
I'm just waiting for the reply to when I
Okay.
can have my schedule.
Good job. Which
But-
visa sponsor did you use?
GEC,
sponsor?
Doc. Global
okay.
in Educational Concepts.
Okay, so GEC. Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried because, as I've said, my flight going back to Qatar is July 20, and I plan to have it in rebook it on July 10. But then our HR, we had a meeting with the HR in Texas this morning here in Philippines. They asked us together with my batchmates going there to be there, hopefully, July 18. And then I told I told our HR that I think I will have a problem because our heads will be coming back to Qatar on July 20. So I might be there after July 20, and our orientation is actually July 20. So I hope so. I can have an earlier
Yeah.
schedule for
What you
visa.
can do is you can have the administration there at this new school, or HR, whoever, can write a letter for you saying that you really need to be there at a certain time, and in that way they can reschedule you earlier. Maria had to do that with hers, and they granted it.
I think my batchmates, because they were able to have the schedule here already this morning, yesterday, and I think the earliest date is August 10. And so they had it expedite. I think the earliest is July 3. I am not sure if they're done in doing that. They only need the DS 2019 and the offer, the job offer, and the CVs. I think that's the only thing they need if we are to expedite. But our HR, Mr. Cal, is willing to help naman po.
Yeah,
For
that's
us
good.
to be expedited.
That's so exciting,
just
though. What
about-
part of Texas is it?
Beaumont, Doc.
Huh?
Beaumont.
Beaumont. Okay. Did you look at the map and see how close it is to Houston or to Dallas? Do you know?
2 hours from Houston, Doc.
Oh, that's not bad. That's a pretty good city. Yeah.
Yes, Doc. I told her that we're going to visit her there once.
We
Yeah,
can.
you
Hey,
said.
hey, we can have a trip there. We have a field trip here. We can arrange it, like rent a van and we just go over there, and now that everybody's got vehicles, we don't even have to rent a van. We can just like a caravan. People
I'm
just
actually
following each
excited,
other.
Doc. Mike Roca told me that he will visit me when I will be there. I am actually excited.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I think that's the beauty of it. A lot of people, and we can just like visit each other. If you want to fly into Salem, to
even
Little
though
Rock,
it's
yeah,
kind of far, I think it's 7 hours
it's not
ride. I think.
in America. It's not far because here 24 hours. Like it's 24 hours if you drive to Vegas. 24 hours.
Yes.
My son Jet, he's 24 and he just arrived last night from Nebraska. He drove 8 hours. So he left about afternoon, and then he was here about 11:30 last night. So he drove that 8 hours by himself. So it's America is very, very normal to do that. especially if you have to
Okay.
fly. Yeah, at this
It's
holiday time, you don't want to be flying because there's so many delays and there's so many people. And so you're better off actually driving on holidays, big holidays like this. Yeah, so that's so
yeah, we-
exciting, Sheila. You'll have to call.
yeah. I was not able to message you, Doc. I'm actually waiting for the meeting. I mean, I will just
Yeah,
inform you here during the meeting
that's so
because
cool. Hey, everybody,
yeah.
let's give her a round of applause. Yay,
Thank you very much.
yay. Yeah, I am so
Thank you,
proud of that.
Roca. Thank you, Doc.
Yeah.
I always call Mike Roca talaga. Roca.
Okay, yeah. Hey, Sheila, what I want to tell you that when the first time I talked to you, I really
Yes,
thought
Doc.
this girl, this teacher is gonna come here sooner than she thinks because
Oh,
you're
Doc,
so
thank
fluent.
you.
Yeah, you're so fluent and you're just a good recommendation by Mike. So yeah, yeah, I figured you had you've done such a good job on your interview. What kind of questions did they ask you? What questions did the
Mostly,
school ask
Doc.
you?
Mostly it's classroom management, Doc.
Yeah.
Mostly it's classroom management for the whole almost an hour interview.
Yeah.
It's almost most of the questions are classroom management. What are you going to do with the student if is needs yeah, they do those questions with classroom management. Most
Yeah.
of those
So
questions.
did our interview tips help you? Did it the
Yes,
PowerPoint?
Doc. When before the meeting, I printed out those your tips. No,
Yeah,
but
that's what a bunch of people did. Yeah, and that helps,
yeah, but
right?
then most of the question naman is about the classroom management, and then from that question, there's a follow up question and so on. So
Yeah. Yeah, well, they actually want to know if you're fluent enough, if you can think on your feet in English, because if you're not very fluent in English, that's why I really, really, really push for people to speak English, for folks to speak English here. Because I want you to practice because, I think it was Leslie that said that she attended Zoom a lot and she really got to
yes,
practice her English. And it's really, of course, I think she's being humble because I think she's always been fluent. She's she speaks like an American, including her daughter, Exora. So anyway, so Mike, how's your kids, Mike? Are they speaking good English now? Are you speaking in English with
they
them?
have to practice.
Yeah.
Yes, no. I always told Miss Sheila, please read all those tips that Doc Merlina sent or
Yeah.
those tips are pinned on our chat message. I always reminding her
Yeah.
na don't forget, always do this,
Yes.
answer this.
Well, it looks like it paid off, Sheila.
Yeah,
Yes,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
he was always guiding me, Doc.
Yeah.
He
Are
was
you
always
bringing your
guiding-
family? Are you bringing your family with you? Are you single or
No,
what?
Doc, me first, Doc, because I will be coming from Qatar. So me first, and then after a year, maybe I can have my husband. I only have my husband. I don't have a child, so
Oh, okay.
I only
Yeah. Okay. Are you're gonna wish you have your husband with you because that's gonna be lonely, you know.
maybe I will have my adjustment period first, Doc. And
No,
then,
I think you have 6 months to actually save money to get
yeah.
him, even though you have your visa together. Yeah.
Yes, Doc. And also since our school or the school in Beaumont is having their, I mean, they have their agency, partnered agency. So even if I was able to apply it directly, but then they forwarded me to agency. So I have to get through to the agency. So that's why I told my husband I will get you after maybe a year because I have to pay for the agency, even though I had it directly, but then because of the school asked us to be under the third party
Yeah,
agency. So I don't
they
have one,
signed,
so
most schools would sign one already, so you don't have a choice. And because
yeah, and
yeah,
and
they want you
I
to help.
was happy because the certification they had, I mean, they gave me because since it's Texas, mostly the worries of the teacher when it comes to Texas is the Texas certification, and we have to take TOEFL, right? But then as J1, for us to be there immediately, so we have to be under J1. So as J1, we have actually a certificate for visiting teachers. So we had that to get, and we don't have to take TOEFL because I think other teachers are worried with regards to TOEFL because they, especially in Texas. Yeah, but now we don't have. That's what I read. Sometimes,
But
mostly.
knowing what I know about you guys, about how fluent you are and how good you are, how smart you are in your feet, I don't think you'll have problems with TOEFL because it is testing you, your
Yeah.
reading, writing, speaking, and listening. And you should be able to pass it with flying colors. I do not think
I
that you
hope
should
so.
be afraid of it.
But
Yeah.
I'm planning to get it up there now. There,
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But for now, we had all of us, our batches, we had the visiting teacher certification first for
Okay.
us to be able to come there immediately.
Okay.
Also,
Well,
but when I had my interview, I have my rosary with in my hand.
well, whatever
That's
works,
why
right?
the whole time from the start till the end, I have it, and I was able to show it with the vice principal who interviewed me, and she was, "Oh, it's okay."
Yeah. Well, it always helps, it's always like, God, I will do my best,
Yeah,
you do the rest. Yeah. Yeah, because
yeah,
remember, we're not in control. He is, he's in the driver's seat, and if we make plans, he laughs. So yeah, you have to trust that he's got your plan and his plan is aligned, are aligned together. That way you're able to get your wish. So how much did they offer, if you
yes.
don't mind, to because I want to compare with Arkansas, how much is the pay there for the starting pay?
They from the offer of employment they gave me, it was 54,100 up.
Okay, that's not bad. How many years of experience do you have?
12.
12.
Counting.
Okay,
12.
so that would be about right, because about every year of experience is worth like $600. So 12, that's 7,200. So that would make sense. Okay, starting in Arkansas is 50,000. So if you have extra experience, but although right now they're not really considering experience, they just want everybody to start at 50. And so in Arkansas, that's a new law. And so they pretty much, had killed the salary schedule that used to be in place. So they have, like an example is like, Christine, for example, she had an $11,000 raise to bring her up there to the 50. So she's got a really good raise this year. Yeah. So it helps people, but at the same time, those folks that have their, master's, specialist, doctorate, and then years of experience, they're not being compensated because everybody's going to start at 50,000. So that's the only thing, but eventually they'll do something else. It's just a politics right now. It's related to our new governor. That's her platform. So
Yes.
anyway, okay. So look like thank you again, Sheila. We're gonna have to you have to help
Thank
us
you.
welcome Sinando. Sir
Yes,
Sinando.
Sir
Hi,
Sinando is
sir.
here.
Welcome there.
Hello. Yeah, I'm here.
Yay!
Welcome
Congratulations.
to
Hey,
the
let's give
USA.
him a round of applause. Yay! He's also getting a job, right? Tell us about
Yeah,
it.
Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, look at Sheila
thank you.
too, Sinando. She also got one in Texas. What's yours, Sinando? What state?
Yeah, I'm in Texas, and
Oh,
in Manor, Texas. It's a 5-minute ride to Austin,
ooh.
and I just arrived here last Monday.
Oh my God. Welcome to
Yeah,
America. Wow, that's awesome. What do you think of America,
yeah.
Sinando? What's your first impression?
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. One thing I was amazed was when I arrived at the airport in Austin, and when my principal picked me up, and yeah, she is asking also me about my impression on in America, and I said, wow, the road here is so wide. There's no traffic here.
That's the first thing. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
so
that's my
clean, so
first.
clean. Right? No trash.
No trash, yeah. And then when she picked me up at the airport, and then she explained to me what is Austin, and how many
Capital.
minutes from here going to our school. And then after that, she toured me in our school, and I posted it in my reels. And she also let me process this documents for me to stay in my apartment.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then she also present me in their school with the teachers having their summer classes.
Oh.
And yeah, when I arrived in my school, I feel that there is a family who will support with me. It's so overwhelming to have a welcome family here. And then she gave us supplies.
Oh,
The
that's cool.
food. Yeah, and then when my assistant principal guided me to we have here the electric cooperative for me to have the bill in my apartment.
Your first bill.
And then,
Your first bill in
yeah,
America.
first bill in America. It's the electric bill.
Yeah.
When my assistant principal discovered that we don't have furnitures in our apartment, so what he did is he posted in a Facebook, and then after 2 days we have furnitures here given by the parents of our school.
That's
This
so
how
cool.
supportive our community here.
Yeah.
And yesterday I just went to the Social Security office to have my SSN.
Yes.
And yeah,
That's the first
one of the faculty in our school guided us to the SSN office. And after that, he treated us in a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
Mexican restaurant.
That's a very popular one in Texas. That's very common everywhere.
And then because we have also fellow teachers coming from Jamaica and Colombia, so he questioned us what type of restaurant are we in. And then I just tell him, sir, it's up to you, and what best food can you offer for us, a first timer here in Texas. So he decided to have our lunch in a Mexican restaurant, and the taste of the food, medio.
Yeah,
We cannot
because
relate.
that's very authentic Mexican, because Mexico is just next door. You are next door to Mexico.
There
Yeah.
are many Mexicans here.
Yeah.
And then when we speak English, some of the Mexicans cannot understand it. And then because
You have to do your Spanish. Yeah, you have
Spanish.
yeah.
So I asked my co-teacher who is from Colombia to do my part. John, help me. Can you speak Mexican? I want this food. I want this food. Can you speak Spanish? I want this food. Really? Okay. I do that for you.
Yeah.
So, that's
You
good.
have Spanish classes? You have Spanish classes?
Yeah, we have Spanish classes here in our school.
Yeah, I said gusto, and then you need to say your you can do you know that 80% of our language is actually Spanish? Cuchara, tenedor, la mesa, all those are
Doc, sir, sorry to interrupt po.
Okay.
We're leaving po.
You're leaving,
And
yeah.
also, congratulations once again po, sir.
Right.
Welcome to the USA.
And Sheila,
And
yes.
Doc, I have one former co-teacher here, Ma'am Maricris Espita, but she can't able to talk today because she's I think she's outside.
Okay.
And good luck to her, and see
luck,
you
yeah.
on the next Zoom, ma'am.
Mike,
Doc,
good
see you
job,
later.
Mike. You are helping others. Awesome job, Mike. And see you
Yes,
in 4 hours here. She's picking up the lechon for me for our party. So yeah, see you in 4 hours, Mike. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Bye, Doc.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. Thank you
everyone.
again.
Ingat, tropa.
Yeah.
Dr. Merlina,
Hello.
I just would like to give a pause for Sir Fernando. May I just inform everybody that after Mr. Zanando, we will be having teacher Pamela Flor, because she's asking if she will be given a chance. So let's give her a chance after Mr. Zanando. And then afterwards, maybe we can have Miss V or V.
Okay. Sounds good.
Please be ready.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Sinando.
Sir
Sinando,
Fernando, congratulations.
yeah, congratulations. Let's give him a hand, guys. Yay! Yeah. Hi, Sinando. What are your last message for them? What do you have some encouraging statement for them?
Yeah, I would like to say to everyone that keep going and keep learning. You have the support here in our group chat. Dr. Merlina is so generous for her time, for her timeless effort. I remember how she coached me in my mock and review, and that helped me to build the confidence that I can make it to the last interview, the principal interview. And when you have the support, when you have someone who is at your back to push you to go beyond your limits, is so fulfilling in your part. And for those who not make it to the interview, keep going, keep learning, because there is no perfect way on how to really get the best interview. It's just a matter of how you develop yourself, how you keep learning to yourself. And you know, the 5 principles, 5 core propositions given by Dr. Merlina, that's a powerful tool. I believe that's a powerful tool, because the moment when I answer the principal interview, they keep on nodding. Yeah, they want more. And then I just feel that the principal has connection. I feel the connection when I have my answers. And with that being said, I remember how Dr. Merlina mentored me. And for those who are in the Philippines, there is a reality here.
Yeah,
Keep
it's pretty
going and
cool.
keep pushing. Yeah. And then don't hesitate to reach us. We are available to help you. And I also shared that Dr. Merlina to my friend here, Sir Arnel Ibio of Cagayan de Oro City. And he was able to pass the interview also in Arizona.
Well, good
And
job.
yeah, and then
Invite
I
him on
did
Zoom. Sinando, invite him on Zoom. We want to talk to him.
yeah, he's in Zoom right now, Doc Melina. And I also wanted to share that those 5 core prepositions are so powerful. And you know, when I remember Doc Melina mentioned to me that once she gave it free, and I have to share it free. So that's the statement I always remember to Doc Melina. I shared it to Sir Arnel Ibio, to Mom. I remember some of the Mom Charity, who is also here.
Yeah, you have to pay it forward, right? Pay it forward. Pay it forward. You're gonna continue to attend our Zoom, right, Sinando? You're gonna continue to attend and get us an update of what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
don't snub
I
us just
will.
because you're in Texas now. Don't be a snobbish guy.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so everyone keep
All right,
keep
thank you
going,
so
keep going.
much. Okay, but congratulations again. That's amazing. You know, I feel like a proud mama. You know, I feel like, yeah, you know, they are here. It, every time that you just really make my day when I hear of someone, you know, having made it. It makes my day, makes me happy. But the rest of the day is so good for me, because it just like, you know, here it is somebody that had really worked hard. I would never take the credit from you, because you made it, you did it yourself. But you know, in a little part, to play a little bitty small part of it, it makes you feel good. You know, so I want you to do that too to someone's life.
Hope I can visit you soon when we have yeah.
You're
I want to
welcome to
meet
do
you.
that. Yeah, you
I
can
want to
fly.
meet you personally, and thank you for all what you've done to my journey.
If you fly to either Memphis or Little Rock or Springfield, Missouri, those are only 3 hours from me, all of those places. So we can meet you in the airport. You know, I'm retired, so we can meet you. And if you're close to Mike, I'm sure he would not mind meeting you there, because I think Little Rock is only about an hour from them. It's 3 hours from me. But if the school had started already, I will be there once a week anyway at their school. So we can plan it to where, you know, I have very flexible schedule. The school doesn't mind what day I choose, you know. So for example, I would say Monday on or Tuesday, usually Tuesday in Brinkley and Wednesday in Helena, you know. So I'm in that area around the middle of the week. So yeah. So anyway, yay. So you like your
Thank
apartment? Your
you.
apartment is 1 bedroom or 2 bedrooms?
Yeah, we have it has three bedrooms, two comfort rooms, and I have Filipino teachers also here from yeah.
So you
And
split
then
everything. Your what is your rent? How much is the rent?
it's around $1,785 a month.
Oh my
It's
God, that's
costly
really
here. And
high.
then we are three occupants here, so we have divided three. So in peso, we have to pay 34,000 a month. That's only for rent, not including the electric bill, the pest bill. There are a lot of bills here.
There's a lot of bill, but your pay. What is your pay?
Yeah, my pay is $63,500. It's around, divided by 12. That's 5,800 a month.
Yeah, that's 3 million pesos, guys. Oh my gosh, what a multi-millionaire already. He's making 3 million coming to the US, making 3 million
Yeah,
pesos.
and we
Hey,
have free carpool provided by our school. So
nice.
yeah,
Very good.
I don't have problem with my transportation. But I realized here that if out of my 5 days stay here, I realized that the car is a necessity.
I'm telling you. We told you that, right? We
Yeah,
told you that on,
Yeah.
on here. We told that on Zoom that you have to have a
Yes.
car.
you have to get a car so that you are free to go anywhere
Yeah.
because
We're
when
stuck.
you have over here it's so expensive. You
Yeah.
have $12, $24 back and forth. That's big. That's big
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, that's
And
800 pesos. Yeah. That's pretty good.
yeah.
That's pretty big. Yeah.
And when you arrive here, that can always convert the dollar to peso because that will stress you out. Oh my God.
It's
When you
expensive, but
buy
you know what? When you go to the Philippines, you convert it back and you think, oh my God, this is so cheap.
when I remember when I go to a Filipinos Asian store and then I want to eat fish. The head of the catfish,
Mhm.
the three head of the catfish cost around $8. Oh my God, it's 400. And it's only the head.
Sir, do
Are you
not
serious? Why
convert.
do you hit
Mas
the head?
stress.
You come to
Do
my
not
house and
convert.
you can go fishing in my pond and it's free.
Wow, yeah, I saw your post in Facebook. Go, oh, wait, this is great. In Doc Marina's house, there are a lot of fishing here.
That's what we're planning to do tonight after the party. And when it's
Wow.
already dark, I mean, it's not dark, but before when the sun is not shining as much, and we're gonna go fishing. So I got some crickets and stuff for bait. So
Yeah.
I told them we'll take them fishing today. So after the
Yeah.
party.
So I would like to encourage everyone, you go with Arkansas because Doc Molina is there. The difficult part of one of the difficult part in international teacher is when you arrive in the US. If nobody will support you, a Filipino community there is really a hard time.
Yes,
But
yeah.
what I have experienced here is it's so overwhelming because I meet a Facebook friend from Manor, Texas, and then she introduced to us the apartment. And when we arrived here, we have a welcome dinner coming from them. There are 33 Filipino teachers from Cebu. Yeah, from Cebu.
Very
33
nice.
Filipino teachers here from Cebu, and Bisaya. We don't have a difficulty how to reach them out.
Yeah.
They feel their sentiments before, so they would not love to see us experience what they had experienced before. So we have a
Wow.
welcome dinner, welcome
Yeah.
breakfast. They gave
Nice.
us food. Oh my God, they gave us food, a lot of food here, and then they gave us extra frying pan here. Bed,
Nice.
bed sheet.
Sinando, you need to invite them on Zoom so they can share their experiences as well. So you invite whoever can attend.
Okay.
That would be nice.
Well, we'll invite them. Yeah. That's
Invite
for
a few
sure.
at a time. That way they can actually speak to us because I love to
good.
know about their experiences. Yeah.
All right.
Right. Well, thanks again. I appreciate you so much. Okay. Bye.
thank you.
Yay. Proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sir
Bye.
Zanando. May I just inform
Yeah.
everybody that we only have 30 minutes with Dr. Merlina
Yeah,
because she has to be ready with her party.
That's right. We
Right?
are setting
And
up.
I'm so sorry to inform everybody because teacher Fem Flor cannot do it right now because she is having a hard time or a problem with her connection. So instead, I have seen
Hi,
Ms.
Doc. Good evening,
V.
Doc.
Orb.
I hope you can
Oh,
hear me, Doc.
Okay.
there she is.
There
Would
she
you
go,
like
Faye.
to present yourself?
Yeah, go ahead, Faye. You need your
Go,
camera so
Miss
we
Faye.
can see your pretty face.
Okay.
Okay,
So
there
we'll
she
give the
is.
floor
Hi,
to
Doc.
Miss
Hey.
Faye. Go, Miss Faye.
I hope you can hear me, Doc.
Yeah, we can. We can very well.
Loud and clear po.
I am so sorry for not having the video or
Oh, okay.
my face on here because I had a hard time looking for a good signal here in our house.
Okay.
Thank you for to attend again this Zoom meeting. I am just so happy because as you remember, Doc, I have during the first Zoom meeting that I have attended with you,
Mhm.
I have told you that I tried to apply for the school in New Mexico.
Okay.
And then unfortunately, I haven't received any emails or updates regarding that one.
You need to email them.
Fortunately,
You need to just tell them.
very blessed.
Yeah.
early this morning, Doc, Philippine time for 4:34 a.m.
Mhm.
I have received a letter from Mr. Jeff Espalita, the superintendent,
Mhm.
that he believed that I am qualified for the position in a third grade teaching position at one of the schools in the district of
Okay.
Cobre School in
Okay.
Bayard, New Mexico.
Okay.
So
So does that mean they're hiring you? Or
I
does
just
that...
want to ask assistance, Doc, what are the possible questions that
okay.
might be given, because I was scheduled to have an interview on Monday morning
Okay.
this time, Doc.
Joanne, can you find that interview tips link that I sent? If
Okay.
you might want to put it here because yeah, there's a lot of work as my assistant.
Yes, po.
I
Okay.
am on full view and I could not even get out
Sorry.
without having to leave. But anyway, so yeah, if you can do that, this one is a very
And I thank you for that, Doc. Thank you very
yeah.
much, Doc,
Yeah,
for
Faye, you have
the
to get this a PowerPoint that
all-out
I
support
have and
for
it's got
me,
the
Doc.
answers already.
And there is
Faye.
also
Yeah.
one of the um prior to the interview, Doc. One of the things that I need to do is, what are my plans for a J1 visa and sponsorship?
Yeah.
I just want to ask on what will I do with this, Doc, since this is the first time that I have submitted my cover letter and resume. And then
yeah, that's a question earlier,
I
Faye.
have still doubts.
Okay, well,
If
don't be confident.
Yes, Doc.
You have to fake it until you make it. But anyway, yeah, there is a, if you scroll back on our chat, Joanne actually posted
Yes, Doc.
posted some things there that would help you. Right, Joanne? Which one have you posted that might help her?
There are informations
Okay, yeah.
regarding visa. There are also information regarding the school that they can check on to
Yeah.
apply. So those are the things that have been
Yes, Doc.
posted.
Yeah.
I've also asked Miss Pamela Floor if she
Okay,
can give me
thank
the
you.
address
Thank
so
you,
that
ma'am.
if she can give
Thank you,
me her
Doc.
email address so that I can forward your email to her as well.
Yeah, that would be awesome if
Okay.
you can do that. That way I will
Okay,
always
Doc.
answer
Thank you
my
so much, Doc.
emails.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
I
worry,
have,
Miss Faye.
I
Just
hope I
have
can
confidence.
get this time, Doc.
good luck,
Okay.
Faye. Good luck. I hope you do well. I want you to remember what Sinando said. That's the
Yeah.
5 core propositions
Yes,
are
Doc. I
something that you
am
need to
also
use.
praying for this, Doc. Cross
Okay.
fingers.
Yeah.
Dr.
You
Merlina?
can message me, Ma'am Faye.
Yeah.
Okay, there. That's good, Ma'am Faye. Thank you, Sir Sinand.
Yeah.
Dr. Merlina, maybe we can have Miss Verna, if I'm not mistaken. I think she's the Miss Verve Orb, right?
Okay.
Miss Verna Joy. And then
ahead.
we would like to welcome Miss Joanna, my lovely friend. Miss Joanna, Miss April, and Miss Dina.
Yeah, these
They're
are my
present also.
3H1B folks over here.
Okay. So we will
Yeah.
have Miss Verna Joy among us after Miss Joanna's.
Thank you again, Doc.
and the rest.
Yeah, thank you
Thank you,
again.
Miss
Thank you
Faye.
so much for
Okay.
that time.
Thank you,
Okay.
Faye. Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, there's my 3H1B folks, Jonna, April, and Dina.
H1B.
Yeah, they're my H1B folks. Yeah, with Mike. They're the other 3. They're 3 ladies with Mike.
Woohoo.
Hi, guys. Are you on your way to my house? April,
Yes,
Dina,
Doc.
and John. Hey, yay. Good job.
Yes
girl.
po.
Who's
Ano na
driving?
po?
Who's driving?
Ma'am April.
Hi, April.
Ma'am
Wow,
April
I'm so
is
proud of
driving.
you, girl. Look at her. Yeah.
Who's driving po?
They are social na talaga. Meron ng mga sakyanan itong mga karaha. First year.
Yes, Doc. Really need po kasi
Yeah.
ng car talaga, teachers
Yeah.
dito.
I am so
Yeah.
proud of you guys.
Thank you,
Yeah, so
Doc.
you're gonna be ready to eat lechon today, huh? Yeah.
Yes, Doc. Looking forward.
See, Mike just went to get it, so he will be here in 4 hours, I guess.
Yes po.
Oh, you do
Nasa
have any
unahan namin, Doc,
message,
sila
huh?
Ma'am Ana. Nasa unahan po namin sila Ma'am Ana, Sir Ernest, and
Okay.
Sir Edwin.
Oh, good. There's
Yes,
maybe a
po.
dozen of you coming, so I'm so excited. Yeah, you
Yes, po.
you missed the fun yesterday of decorating. We were decorating the yard.
No. Bawi ako next time, Doc.
Yeah, that's okay. Jonna,
Thank you.
tell them some message that you can share with them, those folks that are still trying to come here. So do you have some encouraging message for them?
Yes po, lagi lang i-try yung huwag mawalan ng pag-asa. Like for example, pag sa isang interview hindi man nakapasa, huwag mawalan kasi parang si Lord meron talagang right place
Yeah.
for you. Hindi talaga susuko.
Yeah.
And pagdating dito, don't worry kasi mararamdaman for talaga ng Filipino community dito. Kahit saan kang state, meron talagang Filipino community na mag-help talaga sa'yo.
Welcome
So,
you. Yeah,
yun.
that's right.
And i-claim, manifest mo lagi dapat. I-claim mo lagi na kung ano yung goal mo, may reach mo talaga.
Yeah. Ito,
Claim
in
it
love, in love
always.
itong babae na to. Meron. I'm sorry to share that. But she's one happy girl. She's just one
Dr.
happy girl.
Merlina,
Thank you, Doc.
she was actually the one who introduced me to ITSA.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yes,
That's
Doc. Yes,
I'm with
Doc.
her in Indonesia.
Hey, so
Indonesia,
maybe,
Doc.
yeah,
We're
you
the
have to,
same line.
Joanne, you have to join her here soon, okay?
I will,
Want to-
2024, 2025.
Yes po.
Yay!
Doc.
Hi, by the
Sabi ko po sa kanya, see you soon
And
here.
I will really choose Arkansas.
Yeah, well, that's nice. That's nice, but you
Okay.
don't have to. You don't
Yes.
have to. As long as you're in the U.S., we can fly
No,
anywhere.
I love to be in Arkansas because of you.
Oh, well, thank you.
I-
But
Yes. Yes.
I don't want to
that's-
have a big adjustment. Same thing
yeah,
with the
but
rest of the teachers
we
here.
just do a road trip. Ask her. We'll just go a road
Okay.
trip.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
Donna,
love
we
you,
Sobrang
have
Miss
to
alaga
Donna.
ako dito
all
ni
the
Mama
time.
Ellen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mama Ellen.
Okay.
Thank you,
Miss
Bye.
Verna
Miss
Joy will be the
Where's
next.
Dina? Yeah,
Okay.
Dina. Where's Dina? I want to talk to Dina
Oh,
too.
go, Miss Dina. Oh, Miss Dina's
Hello,
driving.
Doc.
Oh, no.
Oh, she's
No,
not
Doc.
driving.
Oh, there
April's
she is.
Next
driving.
Okay.
to Miss April, the one who's driving at the moment.
There's Dina.
Hello
So
po
she's
sa
traveling.
Good morning, Doc, and good evening to everyone.
Uh-huh.
Could you hear me, Doc?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just tell us some encouraging message for the others, to not give up and stuff, things like that.
Okay. So likewise with what Miss Jonah shared earlier na don't give up, have faith.
Mhm.
Tapos ano talaga, yeah, continue to apply if ever man na hindi pa yun ang school, kahit sa kaka-apply mo, hindi ka pa natatanggap. Just continue kasi yung mga rejection, it's God redirection naman. Naniniwala talaga ako doon.
Yeah.
So, yun, Doc. Same lang yung message ko. Like
Yeah,
what
thank
Miss
you.
Jonah
Yeah,
mentioned
Dina.
earlier.
Yeah, they're on my way to my
Yeah.
house. Where are you? What's your ETA? What's your estimated time of arrival here? Where are you? Are you 2 hours away? 3 hours away?
11:46, Doc.
So what time are you gonna
11:46,
be here?
that's the-
11:46, you said?
Yes, that's the
Oh, okay.
estimated.
That's only
time.
you're 3 hours away then, huh? Okay. So
Yeah.
you just left about an hour. You're not even Jonesboro yet, are you? You're not in Jonesboro yet?
Still-
Yeah,
Mariana.
malapit na. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you. We'll see you here. I'm sure that there will be some things that you can help us. So
Yes, Doc.
yeah.
And God bless everyone.
Yeah. All right. We're
Thank
gonna
you
go
po.
fishing tonight, Dina.
Okay.
So
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
So
Looking forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
be safe
Okay,
in
who's next?
traveling. Okay, we will be having
you
Miss
po,
Verna Joy among us.
Anna Joy. Okay.
If she is the V orb, yeah.
Yes.
Because I don't see the V orb anymore. So
Uh-oh,
may
did
we
you see this?
request Miss Verna Joy to please unmute and open or turn on her video? Thank you.
Yeah.
Am I audible already, ma'am?
Yeah. You're there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hi.
Okay.
Hi, Doc.
Yeah.
Marlina. Hi,
Hello. It's nice
everyone.
to see you again. Yes.
Good day.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing new to me today, but I'm just excited to join the Zoom meeting again.
Yeah.
And actually, I have chatted you and asked you if there is a schedule because I really wanted to join. Though I have nothing to say or share, but I'm still excited to join because I know there's a lot of things to learn here.
Well,
And
yeah. Well, thank you. Today was actually, I did not really feel like I should teach you something. I'd rather answer questions or have people share their good news because I want them to inspire you further, not to give up, not ever to give up. Because the visa, even though the J1 visa may be allotted by the end of July, but you can always suggest the H-1B visa, because if schools are desperate, they're gonna do it for you. And H-1B is actually better than J-1. That'll be a path for you to be a green card holder, which means you're gonna have it by 6 years, and then a few years later you end up with being a U.S. citizen. So H-1B is actually a better visa than J-1, so don't be discouraged. So continue to do 8 to 10 schools a day. That's the good number to do. 8 to 10 schools. You go to School Spring, or you can use the link for the 50 states. Choose a state you want to be in. Closer to Arkansas would be nice. That way it's easy for you to visit us, or we can visit you. Mississippi, Tennessee, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, Alabama, Kentucky, all those are southern states, Florida even. Because they are not going to have very hard winters. That means your snow is not going to bury your car or your house. It's going to be a pretty wild, just fun snow to play with, and then they're gone. So yeah, you don't. But if you go to New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, all those places out in the northeast part of the United States, Maryland, oh my gosh, the closer they are to Canada, the harder the winter is. So if you like winter, you don't want to have that much winter, because that means you're gonna have to have 3 layers of clothes. You have really thick jackets, and if you be outside, you could get your frosted your hands or whatever, lose your fingers. But anyway, so that's to me is dangerous. I do not want to visit Minnesota in the winter time, but they're beautiful in the summer. Like I want to go to Maryland in the summertime, because they have the seafood things, they have all those, because they're close to the ocean. But those places, they are also very expensive. Like New York would be the price of the prices would be kind of similar to Hawaii, which are really like $6 a dozen. So your eggs maybe what would that be, 300 pesos a dozen. How much is the eggs there in the Philippines right now? A dozen.
7, 8.
The
Depends on
large size.
the size.
The large.
Depends
Yeah.
on the size, right, Ma'am
How
Joanne?
much? How much a dozen?
If it's small,
I
it's around
bought
6. We'll go, Miss.
Yes, I just bought the large size dog a week ago. That was 199, I guess.
199.
24.
Okay.
Yes.
So just 1/3 lang. So their places is three times, the
Yes,
price.
it with the place.
Yeah.
Because I am here in a rural area, so that's it. Maybe that's why.
Cheaper. Well, in here in Salem, we're so lucky to have the Amish community. And Amish community, if you Google this, these are the community that are actually more of Dutch, from Dutch origin, and they have their own like little culture where they don't believe in electricity, so they use batteries. But they have a community here where they sell vegetables. Parang farmers, they're all farmers, and then they have so the vegetables are so cheap, and they also would help the community, like yung labor, they build things for us, and they are just the best neighbors. And so because we have them, we can buy some really cheaper groceries, because if you, for example, the vegetables that they have maybe 50 cents, or what's that, 25 pesos is the price of one, like squash, for example, long squash, or the yellow squash that you see on my picture. And then in the grocery store, that's 2 or 3 times that. So you can really get it cheaper. I bought like a big watermelon for $7, so that's 350 pesos. I don't know how much watermelon in the Philippines is, but to me that's cheap, because in the store they're like $10, 500 a store. Yeah, so we can really save money. Even like, for example, if I could not order lechon from somebody because they could not have pigs, I would go to the Amish and I would buy the pigs, and they would actually butcher it just like they do in the Philippine way. They boil the water and they will dip the pig, and they would actually shave the skin and for the hair. Well, in the US, normally your butchering place, they don't do that. They just I don't know what they do. They just skin it. So you can, you for lechon, as we want the skin, right? And so you can do that if you're gonna do the regular butcher place. But in the Amish, you can just tell them how to do it, and they will do it. And so I have this guy that I always go and buy pigs from. But the thing with the pig is so huge, it's so big. So it's like 3 times the size of the lechon. So it's hard for you to buy. If you got to buy something for lechon, you have to buy a baby one. The baby pigs one. And so the one that Mike is picking up should be about, I don't know how big it is, but anyway, they're charging me $300. So about, what's that? 15,000 pesos. So how much is the lechon there now? in the Philippines?
Depending also in how
Size?
the kilogram.
Yeah. So how much is regular? Like around average, about how much?
If it is already cooked, like here in our town, Doc, if it is cooked already, it's most likely 10,000, but it's just like a cochinero, if you're familiar with that. It's like a cochinero.
Okay.
And a little baby pig.
Baby pig.
Yeah.
Okay. Piglet yung 10,000. So I guess that the 15,000 must not be a bad deal then, because this is big. I mean, this is okay. Yeah. So anyway,
15,000.
okay. All right. Well, nice talking to you, and thank you again for attending. And I think if nothing else, you know, even if we didn't bring any new lesson today, is that to hear other people's experiences and to see that it is a doable dream. You know, it's not just in your mind. It's not just a dream that it's like the moon. You're not barking up at the moon. You're actually going to make it happen. Okay.
Yes.
So you have to have this, you know, I read the book, The Secret. And in that book, the concept of it is that if you say it to the universe, you're going to make it happen. So if you're going to say, I'm going to get to go to America, and you say that, you have that self-affirmation, you send it to the universe, and the universe is going to line up and make it happen for you. That's why your words are so powerful. You do not just say bad things out there, because it's going to come back to you. It's out there in the universe, and it might just hit you back. So make sure it's positive, and you make sure you have that affirmation that, yes, I can do this. You know, if so-and-so can do this, if Miss McCullough can do this, I can do this, you know. So you can kind of do something like that, encourage yourself. Okay, don't be discouraged, because once you get discouraged, then you don't want to, you know, you won't have the energy or the desire to continue your dream, and you're gonna have regrets later, you know. I always say, if there's something I want to do and I don't do it, I always say, when I'm 80 years old or 90 years old in my rocking chair, am I gonna be thinking of this and regret it? So if the answer is yes, I'm gonna regret it, I better do it, you know, because you wanna, you know, you want to be able to say, I did everything I could in my life that I want to do, you know, with God's help. But yeah, because you have families in support, of course, you have to check with your family, make sure it's okay. If you have a husband or your parents or whatever, your kids, you're going to have that family meeting and say, hey, this is what's going to happen. I may not be able to take you when I first come to the US at first, because you'll have to need money, right? And so you may take 6 months. Some of them here take 2-3 months to bring them here, or some of them like Abby, you know, she's got 4 kids, so she's bringing them next year, so it's going to take her a whole year. But of course, you know, her husband's already here, so they're going to be 2 income. That helps, you know. So if you have a spouse, the nice thing about it is most schools would actually give a job to your spouse in order for you to, you know, to help you. And so yeah, it's doable. Make sure that your husband there, your wives, you're gonna have to have some kind of skill, you know, get something out there. It's cheap in the Philippines to get some kind of certification, you know, like Leslie's husband, he does electrician stuff and so on. And so he got hired at the school to be in the maintenance department. So Leslie and Abby's husbands are going to be working in the same school, and they're going to be right now they're the 2 people that are working together to help whatever it is that need help in the school, my electricity stuff or water stuff, anything like that to be done at school to maintain the school. They get paid well. I want to say maybe $20 an hour, 500 pesos an hour siguro, I think, or more. So it's a very, very good pay, you know. Sa atin, what is the minimum wage in the Philippines now? Anybody?
Around 500 to 700.
Yeah, and so that's only 1 hour here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really a big difference, very big difference. Yeah,
very big difference though.
big difference. Talaga, it's worth it, you know. Of course, you have sacrifices. It's not very easy. It's gonna depend on your situation, but just know that this group will always be there for you. So make sure that when you get any emails from me, in the bottom of my email is my phone number. If you're about to come here, you need to make sure you save my number, because that's what happened to Kate. I think it was Kate that she had a problem with the immigration, I mean, like border, parang they were not going to let her in. And so she called me. She could not get a hold of her, you know, sponsor or anybody else. So she called me. Luckily, I saw on my phone that says border, something US border. So I know it might be related to one of the Filipino teachers. So I answered it. And this border guy is going to say, you know, he's the power to send her back to the Philippines or let her in. So I said, sir, and then I just begged him, and I'm like, along with the school, I happened to be at the school at that time. So along with Miss Mills, I said, we begged him, said, sir, this school here has a really big problem with shortage of teachers. So if you send this teacher back, this is gonna really hurt our students. You know, we really need this teacher to come. You know, because there was something about civis or something, some paperwork that she's supposed to have done and she didn't. And so she did it later, but we were able to convince that guy to let her in. So she was like so happy. She said, I'm so glad I have your number. I'm so glad I have your number, Dr. McCullough, because I did not know what to do if he's gonna want to send me back. Because I think something about, I wish Kate is gonna come. She's here at the house. I think they might still be sleeping. But anyway, but I think something about they were just gonna turn her back. So I think she was turned down already, and her sponsor was thinking that she was already gonna be like not able to come at all. She was already written off. And then she did something on her own. She got a job and so on, and now she's coming, and the sponsor was like, well, I thought you were not gonna, be able to get any job anymore because you already been, something happened. I don't know. I wish they could give you the details. But anyway, in the long story short, she was able to come and she's able to teach, and she's really happy. So she's about to get her husband. She already paid for her husband and son to come. So within a couple of months, I figured her family will be here. And so, that's the nice thing. Most of them are actually or the first year they bought their car already. And most of them are buying brand new car. They're driving better cars than me. I'm driving a 2013. I'm driving a 10-year-old car. I have a Prius hybrid, which is, pretty cheap on gas. And I really don't want to let it go because I have to drive so far every week. I have to drive 4 hours one way, so 8 hours both ways to see them. And so if you do a brand new car, that's a lot of, mileage, a lot of mileage added to your car. So I'd rather drive an older car and then not worry about, oh, I put so much mileage on my brand new car, because brand new car is expensive here. You're talking 40,000 to 2 million pesos and up. So my car might be maybe like a year's worth of pay. So, and I don't like to do installment. I like to pay cash, because installment you would double it, and so you don't want that. So you want to save money. And that's what they do. And I encourage them to buy like a used car at first. Used car here is still good. And I just have to look at how many owners had been and so on. And I think Leslie and them actually helped them come here in a dealership here. Is a friend of mine, the owner. And so they actually let them get an installment, a house financed vehicle. And it's the Toyota. It's a really nice car. And so anyway, so yeah, things like that, it helps when you kind of use some of your connections to support, and all this. So they're supportive because you're teachers. They know that you're going to have a good income, that you have an income coming. Especially in Arkansas, where it's now 2.5 million to start. You come here and you get 2.5 million a year. And that's working for 9 months, because you're at 3 months off. So anyway, yeah. So that's not bad. But anyway, I'm biased to Arkansas. Just be aware of it. I like people to be here, but if you can just get to the U.S., doesn't matter what state, you can always move later if you want. But just get here. Just get here, because we can fly to you. You can fly to us. You can. There's always a flight, to somewhere. So yeah. Anyway, okay. So who else, Joanne, that we have that we need to talk to that we haven't yet?
You only have 5 minutes left.
Oh, that's okay. We'll go over if we need to. That's
okay.
fine. We
So
just need to answer everybody's question.
I just would like to inform everybody that they are asking for the interview tips and also the visa. I will be sending it to them through emails. I've already taken their email.
Thank you.
And is there anyone who would like to volunteer? Because there's no one in the chat who signed in.
Oh yeah.
Anyone would like to volunteer?
If you have new people here, do you see any new people here, Joanne, that have not talked to me?
Well, I can see Sir Muhammad Abid, who's not new. He's very active in our group chat. So maybe he might ask him if there is something that he would like to ask.
Yeah, Muhammad, do you? I've seen your name a lot, so thank you for being active.
He
But
just,
I would love to talk to you. You can put me as on your resume as somebody that could recommend you only if you have talked to me. If you have not talked to me, you are a stranger to me. I do not know who you are if they ask me. So make sure you talk to me at least once. So that way you kind of like an
This is your chance. Go.
Yeah.
Dr. Merlina, thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah,
this opportunity for me from Pakistan. Yeah, of course. you know, in the group, I got a lot of help from your consultation. But overall, it's the first time when I'm in your sorry, in this one session. But overall, I'm really enjoying because everything is up to the mark, and you have a lot of information, and you are delivering to the young people. But I am not even.
It's okay.
At this moment, you know, I face a lot of issues regarding even I got a selection with 3 or 4 schools, but unluckily visa issues or sponsorship organizations was a big one problem for me. First one, I got the I was hired by the Orange County, Orange County school. So they were working with the TPG, but I was not registered with TPG or TGP. So that was a big one loss, and that kind of issues I faced. Even in last time I asked one question. I appeared in an interview with Arlington's Arlington School District, Oregon. Yeah, that was the of course panel interview. They offered me a job, but unluckily they are still working on the visa sponsorship because they are going to hire first time international candidates. Still, that kind of issues I am facing. And yesterday, one of the school also offered again, but they sent me an email regarding the HR department. HR will contact in the next week about the salary schedule, visa kinds. So that kind of issues are still I am facing. And my question is that at this moment, schools are offering J1 or they have just closed because June have been ended.
Yeah, they still have schools. They're gonna have schools all year long, guys, because you're gonna have people that would leave in the middle of the year. They would have people that would like go on a sabbatical, or they go on maternity leave and so on. They're always looking for people. So don't be discouraged. Just do like an 8 to 10 schools a day. You get your statistics that way. Congratulations, by the way, that you already got a job offer. But did you say part-time? Did you say part-time?
No. It's not a part-time. It's a full-time. It's a part of high school. Science teacher as in a high school.
Yay! Yeah. So I hope you get your visa sponsor. The school's gonna be working with somebody already, or they still looking, or they already have a partner.
So what kind of issues will be there? Because still a regular offer is not here because HR department will send that and this offer in the next week. Of course, you know, weekend is here as well as in US.
Yeah.
So what kind of a hurdles may it be possible, like sponsorship organization, or may it be arranged from the school already?
It's breaking up. So what would you say? What was your last question?
My question was that I just want to know, a school have already in an agreement with a sponsorship organization, or they may refer me. That is the Des Moines or Des Moines school district.
Okay.
Do you have any idea? It's a lower state of yours.
Well, if the school already has an agreement with any visa sponsor, you have to go with that. You cannot like go against their will. You know, they already have an agreement with them, so all the hirings have to go through that. And this happens a lot with bigger schools, or schools that have never done any visa processing, so they're always afraid. So they always have to partner with somebody. So just go with them. You know, go with that, and then they will guide you through the process, obviously. And then your question should be, if you're going to be on J1 visa, your question should be, who's going to pay for the fees? Who's going to pay for whatever? Because on J1 visa, it could be paid by the sponsor, school, or you. So it could be a combination of that. In H1B, they pay for them for all of it, 100%. But on J1, it could be a combination of many people. You, sponsor, school, whatever. You want to encourage the school to pay for it. I always do. When I talk to schools, I always say, you know, you are going to be paying for this, right? You know, I always just say that because I said, you have to remember the Philippines is or whatever country, this is not a very rich country. You know, the other folks there, you know, do not make very much money. So, you know, the expenses might take them a year or two to pay, you know. And so anyway, so I always try to say that because they need to remember that, you know, they in other countries like the Philippines, they make about 8 to 10 times less than here. So whatever pay you have there is multiplied by 8 or multiplied by 10 when you get here. So you even if you pay, even if you have to get a loan, not a loan shark, but some individual loan from somebody, you get it paid within 2-3 months. You should, if you are, you know, if you're good with your money, you do not blow it. But yeah, because of the you know, the high pay that you get to come to the US, it's gonna be coming with sacrifices, of course. So if you come here, are you gonna bring your family, or what are you planning to do?
Of course, at this moment, I will move a single person, but after 3 or 4 months, when I will get a nice an adjustment there, after that I will call my family, and hopefully my family will be there.
Good plan. Good plan. You have to and that's actually a good plan, because you want to be able to adjust first before you start bringing them. You know, it's like a blind leading the blind otherwise. So you're gonna make sure that you already know what to do and what apartment, and so your situation with housing. A lot of time it's very common for you to share with people, 2 or 3 people, in order for you to handle it, you know, expense wise. You know, remember what Sinando said, they were paying 1,700 pesos, I mean, the dollars a month. Well, in Arkansas, it's about a third that. You know, you make $600 usually, you know, is what you pay. So because their pay is also higher. You know, the standard of living in Arkansas is very cheap. It's like, you know, it's very one of the cheapest here of the 50 states. Mississippi is another. But if you go Texas and other, California, Hawaii, all those, they are, especially Hawaii and Alaska, very high standard of living. That means everything is very expensive. Hawaii is because everything has to be shipped to them because it's an island. Alaska, same way. You know, Alaska, everything has to be shipped in from the mainland US. You know, they're the 49th and 50th state. So all their supplies have to come from the other 48 states, you know. So anyway, all right. So good luck to you, and let us know, update us in GC, in the group chat, what's going on, okay? Because we get so excited and happy whenever any of you are about to come in. Yeah. So you sound like you're very close, though. You know, you already got an offer. Make sure you have that official job letter, a job offer letter, a JO. You need to get that, because that's what actually help you get a visa sponsor. If you tell your visa sponsor, you know, your possible visa sponsor, saying that I already have a job letter, you know, I'm so and so, and I already have a JO, I already have a job offer. So that would usually get their attention, that you already have the job. They already have the job. I mean, they already have the hard job done, which is placing you. You already placed yourself. And then they just have to give you the DS 2019 to 2019. And that's what you need in order for you to go to the interview in the embassy. So
may I add something? You know, even in the last one, and even that was a bit one drawback for me when I was hiring with Oregon. It's Arlington school district. At that moment, they offered a better one package, but they didn't send me a offer letter, a letter of intent. When I emailed them in the last week, 1 month is a big one tenure, and even I was not appeared in a single one interview in this duration. I missed, at that moment, I felt that I totally missed the opportunity of this year. But unluckily, when I sent them an email, they responded me, we are trying to arrange and get a sponsorship for you.
Good job.
When we will be in a position to sponsor you, then we will offer you a job. Hopefully. Otherwise, at that moment, I felt that it's a difficult one time. How can I tackle if at the end, after 2 or 3 days, they just told me that we are regret to inform you that we are not in a position to sponsor you. That was a big one disappointment for me. So that was the reason I moved towards the other school, towards the other interview. But overall, so in that one scenario, how can I tackle? Where top management is just offering that verbally they are offer, but in written form they didn't send any clue or any contact.
Yeah. Well, what you can do is make sure that you always communicate with them. Do not just like, you know, you hear from them and you don't talk to them anymore. Be there, be talking to back and forth. You come up with a question for them, something to keep them engaged with you. Because if they don't hear back from you, they're gonna think that you lost interest, that they're gonna move on to the next person. So just make sure that once you already, they're thinking about fishing, they're already on the hook, you know, they're already in the hook. So make sure you keep engaged. You know, do not let them let go. Like a fish, you would let go and then they're gone. So you do not want to be let go. Okay, so
Yeah.
keep them engaged and make sure that they kind of have that commitment with you. And the commitment, the full commitment is a JO. You need to get the job offer, you know, letter. The job offer letter would have their, of course, the letterhead, and then they it has your name in it, and it has your how much they're gonna pay you, and when they're gonna start the job, you know, for you, and for how long, and so on. So it's gonna have those information, and that's what the best way to get a visa sponsor is you already have a job offer letter. But that's the thing though, some of them would say the other, like you said, you know, they want to find that first before you give a JO. That's kind of chicken and egg situation, you know. And so but if you really have a school that's serious and will give you a job offer letter, that would actually really be helpful. So you may want to explain that to them, you know. And so if they ever need any help, like a school, if you find a school that's never had any visa processing experience, refer them to me. Give them my information, say, you know, this is my mentor in the US, and if you need her help, she has done a few in helping a few schools to do it, and she'll be glad to help, and she won't charge you anything. They're always worried, how much is she going to charge? You know, so I said she's not going to charge you, she just want to help, because she's a retired educator from, you know, Arkansas, and she's Filipino, and so she's wanting to give back now that she's retired. So I'll be willing to, you know, talk to them, or if they text me, or texting me is better than calling me. So anyway, or emailing. I check it very many times a day. Okay. Well, I wish you the best. You know, you have to always do not get discouraged. Say that was not meant for me. You know, that was not meant for me. That was obviously something happened, and that's not really the path that I was supposed to take. So because you have to always think that when the door is closed, the window will be open. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So remember,
Of course.
remember
Thank
that.
you, ma'am.
Yeah.
A really nice session with you.
Thank you. It is nice talking to you. I've always wondered how you know how you are, because I always see your name. So thank you for being active, and stay there. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Don't lose the hope. Yeah. Okay.
Thank
Hey.
you for nice conversation.
Yeah. Where are you? Where are you now? Where are you living?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm a part of Pakistan at this moment.
Yeah. You're still in your Pakistan, though, or are you somewhere else?
At this moment, I am in Pakistan, and I am a part of public sector.
You're part of what?
I am a part of public. I am a part of public sector schools.
Yeah.
Public sectors.
Yeah. You also, you know, there's also some private schools that actually would have the same diverse population, you know, so you may want to also target those, because you know, teachers, students, they want the teacher that looks like them. You know, just like, you know, in California, there's so many Filipinos, and so they hire a lot of Filipinos because they want the teacher to look like their students, so to relate. So you might want to also research some schools that might have the population diverse population that you feel like you will do well. That's what I would do also, you know, because
at this moment, one question is here. What's the basic one difference between the public sector schools in US, chartered schools, and private schools?
Yes, any of them would work. Yeah, any of them. The difference is that some charter school, they are not as strict on the requirements. Like some charter school, or some do not even, our charter school is actually a public school, but you have some private school that do not even need for you to have a license. You just need to come, you know. And so, but the license part is going to be a requirement of your J1 visa, but the school itself is not going to be strict about that. They'll just want one because it's order for you to get approved to come. But private schools here, there's so many that do not have their license. They might even fail their licensure test. They just have to have their 4-year degree. Okay, but they don't have to necessarily have the license in order to come for the private schools. But the J1 visa is the one that would require it. And so that's the catch there. Yeah. But I know of so many that would not, some of my former students even that could not pass the licensure test. So the praxis test part. And so they, instead of going to public school, they go to private school and they still get the job. They just don't get paid as much. Public school actually pays more than the private. Here, I don't know about in the world, I think that's true. But I know in the US for sure, it is much higher to get paid in the public school. You would think it's the opposite because private school charge, students, but not the case. They always pay more in the public school. Is that the same in your country? Do you also have,
As you know, in my country, generally public schools are there, and they have a big one chain all over the Pakistan. And secondly, private schools, they have the low level of salaries. But public sector have enough salary. But like at this moment, I am a part of public, but my salary is not more than $200 US.
Oh wow! Wow, are you serious? Oh my gosh! So
it's
you're
not
really,
more than.
oh my gosh! So here it's like 50,000 in Arkansas. Arkansas is one of the poor states. We start with $50,000, 9 months work. Yeah, so it's a pretty big chunk then. Yeah, yours is even more. Yeah, in the Philippines, I think it's, what is it, guys? About 500 to 600 a year. So we're even making like 3 times as in the Philippines than your country. I didn't realize that. I just thought you're about the same. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I met some when I went to Saudi Arabia. You see some of my reels, about Saudi Arabia, and that was really shocking to me that some countries do not pay very much at all. And one of the friends there, she has her doctorate degree too. She's from India and she has her doctorate degree. And she was saying to me that, Dr. McCullough, because your doctorate came from the US, they seem to value it more. And I'm like, doctorate is doctorate. You work just as hard as I did. That's not fair. I was saying that, but they said no, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's really how it's being perceived, because you come from the US, you got your doctorate in the US, they're gonna make it like it's valued more. And they should not do that, but that's what they do. And I noticed it too, that they seem to make it more important than hers. When I was the leader, but that doesn't make sense that you work the same, but then you're not being valued the same. But that's sad, but true, true. It's very sad, but true. And so anyway, but hopefully the mindset would change, because that's a prejudice. That's something that people should not do. I think when people work hard, they should be given the same value. But you can change the world sometimes. It's the perception that they have. It's a prejudgment. So anyway, all right. So it's nice talking to you, and continue to be active with us. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Yeah.
Ma'am, thank you very much.
Yeah. Email me directly. Okay. All right. Thank you. And good luck. Good luck. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Dr. Merlina. We have taken your 14 minutes. So would you still would like to continue, or we're gonna close this meeting?
We can close them up if nobody will ask. But
okay.
If somebody,
is there someone?
Did I talk to anybody new? Joanne, did anybody new I need to say hi to though?
Well, those people that I've called are actually not new anymore. So I don't know if they're still new, unless you'd like to raise your hand or turn on your video. I am new. This is Bless Sarsen.
Bless,
there is one. Bless.
Yeah, Bless. Why won't you do that?
Bless Sarsena. Go Bless. Go Miss Bless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk to me. I am actually typing my email address right now, so that
unmute.
Sorry.
Yeah, my email address is on the chat, guys. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, Doc. Good evening, and to Ma'am Joanne, and to everyone else in attendance. I am blessed, and I am from Mindanao.
Okay, so Bisaya.
I have 19 years teaching experience.
Okay.
As elementary teacher, and the most helpful about the group chat, because Ma'am Nesa invited me, who is the first member of your group, Doc. Is the most helpful one was that Excel file you sent, where there are links for 50 states in the US. And I was able to send application to 2 states like Texas and North Carolina, and I had invitations for interview.
Yay!
And well, I had a fair share of experience about talking to school principals, assistant principal, but I don't have a visa sponsor, so I'm just taking a chill, and I want to apply properly maybe next year. And I'm still learning now, and
Okay.
I will still be learning more from you and from other members of this group. And I'm very thankful.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Continue to do that. And those 50 states, that took me hours to do, you know? It was not, I had to look,
Yes,
yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah, there were 50 states, and then I went to the top 10 to 15 biggest schools, because I know they're always gonna have lots of openings. And so I did that, which means they're gonna be also bigger cities. And they're not gonna be the small, you know,
Yes.
where I used to teach here in Salem. There's 800 people. That's all. 400 elementary, 400 high school. And my group would be 14, 15 kids. That's all I have. You know, it's very easy, but you get paid the same. But, you know, small town. But of course, I like that better, you know, rather than, you know, going to a bigger town where I went next, and it was like 30 students. The limit is 30, and some of them would have the limit, and the teacher will have a maximum of 150 students. That's a law in Arkansas. A teacher cannot handle more than 150. So if you have 30 students at each period, you can only have that 150. That's your limit. You know, if you're going to have 6 or 7 periods, they're going to have to give you less than 30, because you cannot go over even 151. You get in trouble. So they really have to watch, you know, as an former administrator, we always have to watch that teachers are not being given more than 150 students total. So yeah. So anyway, so continue it, and they will, you know, continue to apply. I think 8 to 10 a day would be a good number to have. It would just really increase your chances. And I've heard of some people emailing me saying that's what they did.
Yes, actually, I have an incoming interview this July, but
Oh,
you know, I already know that it's not gonna be moving forward because I don't have a visa sponsor. But I'd like to accept that interview for experience.
yeah, but
Actually, there were two school principals already who gave me a positive response, but because I don't have a visa sponsor, so we cannot move forward.
But why did you not contact visa sponsors already? Green Heart, GSC, ITS, all those. Why did you not contact them and say,
I haven't have my FCE yet, though.
No, it don't matter.
So
It don't matter.
after,
Yeah, you just need to get them to, you know, correspond with you, and then while at the same time you are waiting for the FCE. Do not let that FCE stop you. Okay, it's a foreign, what's a foreign credit with evaluation, which is your transcript evaluation. Well, that takes time, but your priority is to get in touch with visa sponsor and get them already kind of hook up with you. So just say, I already have 2 interviews or 2 whatever, you're interested in me. I really need help to get a visa sponsor. So I already found employment for you. I just need your help for the DS 2019 2019. That's what you need from them, is DS 2019. That's the paperwork showing that they will be your sponsor. And that's what you also need to get your visa interview at the embassy. Okay, so don't worry about FCE.
okay, I'll remember that next time, though.
Yeah. FCE can
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Nice talking to you.
Thank you very much. Would you
All
like
right.
to entertain 2 more, Dr. Merlina?
Okay,
We
that's
still
fine.
have 2 new. We have Ms. Raylene, and then maybe we can follow with Mr. Calvin.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
Ms. Raylene, go.
Yeah.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are very. Yeah.
Hello, mabuhay. I am
Hi.
from Cebu.
Oh, okay. Wanna too. Yeah.
I am from Cebu, and I am actually a kindergarten teacher here in public school. And although I didn't start my application yet, it's because I still have so much on my plate right now since we're very busy for our graduation. I mean, moving up ceremony, since I am the kindergarten teacher. So I am busy making with the programs, and I am also preparing for my comprehensive exam for my thesis writing. Hopefully, I will pass. So I just joined this Zoom meeting for me to be able to get a grasp of what a US yes is, and based from the experiences, I feel like I am already grateful.
Oh,
even
good.
though I didn't even though I didn't do my application yet. I didn't submit any application yet, but I hope I would just like to say that I am grateful, and I hope that even though even though if the hiring process will end, or basically it's not hiring season anymore, this Zoom meeting will still continue for us to be able to even though we're here in the Philippines, we feel like that we're experiencing US as well.
Yeah,
Just that.
you will, because we're gonna do a lot of we're trying to do like some kind of field trip a month or whatever, some activities, so that you will see, because that keeps it encouraging for others to see that, yeah, that's the life there. That's what I want to be, and all that. You're very
Yes.
fluent, by the way. You're very fluent, so you continue that, practice your English. That's why I always want people to speak English here. Also because you're like Muhammad, there are folks here that are not Filipinos. And so you don't want to be
Yes.
biased by talking in our language when they don't understand it. That's rude. I always say, whenever you're speaking, for my Filipino friends, I would say, whenever you're around and you're talking and there's some, other people around, like my husband who doesn't speak, our language, we need to speak English. And in that way, it's just respectful for them.
Yes, yes.
Respectful.
And Doc, I actually have a 30 units. I completed academic requirement in early childhood education, but I stopped. I supposed to be I already passed my comprehensive exam in early childhood education in Cebu Normal. If you're familiar with Cebu Normal
Oh, yeah. That's
University.
one of the most famous education college. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I didn't finish my thesis my thesis writing. Is because it was during the pandemic. So, and that time I was handling grade 6. So I thought that I wouldn't be kindergarten teacher anymore. So I transferred to a near school here in our nearby town, and it's educational management, and I am preparing for another comprehensive exam, and hopefully I will pass, and
Wow. To master. Hopefully, yeah.
And yeah. And I would just like to ask, if since I am a kindergarten teacher now, is it okay if is it aligned, or is it okay for me to apply as a kindergarten teacher even though I am pursuing my educational management in masters?
Of course, yeah. What is the thing is that your experience has to match your education. You have the education, so yeah, you're fine. You have that license. You have when they do the foreign credit evaluation, your FCE, then it's gonna show that you have enough hours for your early childhood, because you have to know, in the Philippines you require a lot more than the US. For example, 30 credits, 30 hours or 30 credits would be all that we need. And you will need you need like 45. You have a lot more, it seems like. So by the time they do evaluation, you're gonna meet it. What I noticed with evaluation is, for example, for every 3-hour credit here, like a course is 3 hours or 3 units, then they only give it 2 1/4. So you're losing 3/4 of a credit for every class. So for example, when I came to the US, I was a pre-law student at San Jose, USJR. I had more than 100 units. And then when I had it evaluated, I only have 88. They only took 88. So I lost some of the numbers, but because they only accepted the things that are, counting here. For example, I have like 6 different hours or courses of English, and they only took 2 because there's English composition 1, English composition 2. The other 4 that I had were about Filipino literature, and all those they didn't count. They didn't count those because that's not something that they need here. And so like your Filipino languages, your Tagalog stuff, they're not gonna count because that's not required here. So you're gonna lose whenever they evaluate, they're not gonna count those because yeah. So that's why your hours will be, at least 3/4, 3/4 only out of the whole 100%. Yeah.
Okay. Doc, another question. Since I've mentioned that I have 30 units in early childhood education, and right now I am in educational management. So do I have to include my educational management in FCE? My credentials are still in Cebu Normal. So do I have to get
if you do the whole, you want to do the whole thing though, but really for that you are wanting to, if you want to become an administrator, which most people don't anyway when they come here, then you wouldn't worry about it. But you need to worry about the ones you have licensure in. It needs to be an alignment. So if that is extra because that's going to be going to become an administrator, you don't need to do that if it's going to cost you more. But if it doesn't cost you more, make a comprehensive thing, everything that you have, get it evaluated, but if
Okay,
it's gonna cost you more, I would rather not, okay? So because does it cost
Okay.
you more or is it not?
Based on my research, Doc, like it would be better if you will include all of your educational attainment. But in my case, will it affect if I will apply for a kindergarten teacher and then I have this educational management
It won't affect that.
unit?
Actually, would make you look good. You look like you went above and beyond. You're
Okay,
a hardworking lady. Yeah, that's how it looks like. Yeah. So
Okay, then.
anyhow,
Thank you.
yeah. Hi, Leslie.
Thank you, Miss Relene.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you
We
so
still have
much,
one more.
Doc.
Would you like to entertain Sir Calvin?
everyone.
Hi, Miss.
Morning.
Okay.
Leslie's over here.
It's evening in the Philippines.
Yeah.
right now,
See,
right?
Leslie's over here doing carrots. See, she's
Yeah.
What are you cooking? Cooking chicken?
We're gonna be cooking chicken curry, roasted chicken,
Oh my
and
gosh.
kare-kare.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're
Yeah.
gonna do
Oh,
that
we're gonna be busy today.
We're gonna be busy today, so I hope I can talk to them next.
Yeah, next time is
next
fine.
time, yeah.
In 2
Miss
weeks.
Leslie, can you LBC that here?
Oh my God.
Okay.
My computer is about to die, so we don't really have any
Okay.
options much.
So would you like to have Mr. Calvin or we'll just do it next time?
It's fine. He can finish. I just need to plug in. So anyway.
Okay.
I'm over
So
here
would you like Sir Calvin? Would you like to introduce yourself? And then after Mr. Calvin, would you like to have another one? Because we
Yes.
have another one which is new, Miss Mercy, Mila Dosana, if she would like to start the
Yeah,
introduction.
it's fine. Since
Okay.
we're already here, I just need to plug in
Okay.
before we die.
Okay. So Sir Calvin, please be ready, and then we will have Miss Mercy after Sir Calvin.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dr. Merlina. Actually, I was very thankful for this opportunity because for a long time, I'm dreaming of teaching in the US,
Oh.
and I'm having a hard time for me to start because I don't know where I will be starting. So I'm in a long time I'm looking for an agency or someone who can help or guide me in the process. And I'm very thankful that I have met you and everyone. Yes, and actually, you are referred to me by my co-teacher. She is going to fly this July 15, I think.
Ooh,
She is
who is
going
it?
to Jenalyn Arpia, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to
She
attend
is
our
going to teach in Texas. She
Oh.
referred you to me, and she told me to send my resume and cover letter to you. And now, Miss, I'm not starting my application yet because I need to get my 3 recommendation letter first.
Okay.
That is my task for it.
Start your resume and CV and cover letter, and you can just send the recommendation later. Those 2 things are the ones that you really need to get started. Okay?
Okay.
Send those, and then you go to schoolspring.com.
Okay.
And then, yeah, filter the state. And I also have that file. I don't know if Joanne can find it, the multi-state file, Joanne, Excel.
Yeah, I'm working on it, and I'm gonna be sending it to those
Yeah.
who need.
If
And I
you
will include Sir
um,
Calvin. So
Should I have a question. Should I do the evaluation or it will come later?
that can also wait. So your priority right now is to apply, because your requirement you can be, once you know that you have an interview and so on, it looks promising, then you can start spending money on your FCE. Right now, you can send your cover letter and your resume without costing you anything. So you just need to get that job, and then the requirement will come after. Because those FCE, you can actually pay extra in order to get it expedited anyway. So if you really already have the job, it's okay for you to spend money because you're going to have money coming. So I hate for you to spend money and you don't know, if you're going to get a job yet. So I would recommend that start with your resume, CV, and cover letter, and send it to me. I will comment on it. If you're saying too much there, whatever, I'll tell you. So get me those folks, a bunch of the folks that are here, they actually sent me the resume and cover letter, and I corrected it. I made it sound Americanized. So if you have not done that yet, remind me, just send me an email saying, hi, I already have your file. If you already have your file, you need to send me that, hi, Dr. McCullough or Ms. Merlina, will you please look at my resume and cover letter, especially if you have not been getting an interview. There might be something in there that they're not liking. So I could help you make it a little better. I'm an English teacher.
Just to clarify, I'm sorry because I joined a little late. Can I ask, is it the season for application or not
July
yet?
usually is the end of it because of the availability of visa. But what I heard is that they have 50,000 application more this year because of not being used last year on the employment base. So if they're gonna add it to J1, then you're gonna have a lot more this year, which means it could go through August.
That's
So
a
in
good
the
news.
past, it always end up by end of July, first week of August is gone. But the other thing is you continue to apply because if a school is desperate to have you, they're gonna have you an H-1B visa, which is actually a better visa than J1. Because this is a path to getting a green card, which means that you're gonna become a citizen. So H-1B visa is what you really would like to have. And another thing, it costs you zero. The school will pay for everything if you get the H-1B visa. So
And I will include also my master's degree. Just like Miss Ma'am Rilin said, I have also my master's degree. I'm currently writing my thesis on Philippine Normal University, and I'm planning to finish it. I'm going to finish it so that for the evaluation, same one process.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But right now, your priority is to get those www.schoolspring.com and start applying. They have all kinds of, right now they're looking for teachers everywhere. There is a shortage of teachers in America, in every state, including Arkansas. And so anyway, yeah, we have more people coming to Arkansas. It seems like we're getting, like last year, I have 40 plus coming from Arkansas. This year, I'm expecting more. Like I know Helena has already got 18 teachers in their school. They have the most in that so far in any of the schools. So they started with 4 and then now they have 18. So yeah, they like the Filipino teachers. They're doing an awesome job. And Barton's growing too. She's got this where Leslie is. There's 3 now. Yeah. And see, most schools, they didn't have anything. They didn't have a Filipino teacher at all. And then they now are getting some because they're getting some really good reviews from the other superintendents saying, yeah, we're really pleased with the work and so on. And yeah, so good luck on your thesis. Everyone too that's working on theirs. And yeah,
thank you.
Nice
Thank you,
talking
Dr.
to you.
Merlin.
Now that you've talked to me, you feel free to use me as one of your references and put me on top. That way
That's great.
They see.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, they can text me, they can email me and ask me about you. And I have been getting a lot of our survey, your reference survey, they call that here, where they're asking about you. That's why you have to talk to me in order for me to review the Zoom, to see who was this, because right now on my list, I have 300, close to 400. So sometimes my memory is not that good and I am getting old in my 50s. I'm 55. So anyway, so yeah, I'm forgetting things now. So yeah, anyway, nice talking to you. And yeah.
Thank you. Nice meeting you, Doctor.
Dr. Merlina, there is also this question from Ms. Raylin, if she can make you a reference as well. And I think the answer is a big yes, right?
Big yes, because you talked to me, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I will review it and I will know. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So Ms. Mercy said that she will just do her self-introduction next time. So I
Sounds
guess
good,
you're gonna take a rest now?
Yeah, no, not yet.
Okay.
We're still working.
Oh yeah, I'm so
We have
sorry.
a lot of things to do.
Party time. Okay.
Yeah, I feel bad. They're doing all this work and here I am just talking to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So may I just inform everybody that our next Zoom meeting is going to be on the 15th of July. I just don't know if it's going to be at 9 p.m. or we will start at 8 again.
Let's do 8 now because yeah, we'll do 8 because 8 to whatever because because it's gonna be normal, normal time and we can go over it too. I don't have any events at that time. So yeah. Anyway, it's always so nice. It always makes my day to talk to you all. So follow our Facebook on ITSA. I've been posting a lot of reels, especially this weekend with all these parties. So we're gonna have all these Filipino teachers here. So I'm gonna have lots of reels to be uploaded later. So follow us and please comment on those reels, okay? We need those, according to Leslie, they need to comment. And I'm like, okay, I'll remind them.
Not
comment.
just heart na po, hindi lang po
Yeah.
like, but comment as well.
Comment,
Okay.
guys. Yeah, it's better because
Okay.
we answer it back and forth. It's an engagement. So yeah, it's good.
Then I guess we're gonna call it a day. Thank you
thank
very
you.
much, Dr. Merlina, and to those participants. Thank you for those wonderful questions and information. And congratulations to our newly hired teachers.
Yeah, si Nando, Sheila. Yeah,
Hooray!
good job. Hey,
on
Joanne,
that.
awesome job. Let's give a hand to Joanne, guys. She did an awesome job to be my assistant today.
I'm enjoying it. Woohoo,
Yeah.
para po akong nasa ano. Okay.
Oh, you're doing an
So
awesome
with
job.
that,
All right,
thank you very much. And let's
bye, guys.
wave and goodbye.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Okay.
Have a
Bye,
good
Doc.
one.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
po,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Doc.
Ma'am
Bye-bye.
Chas, bye.
Bye.
Next time.
Okay,
Next time
bye,
na po ako
guys.
mag-talk. Thank you
Okay,
po.
love you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Merlina.
Bye, Doc. Thank you so much, Doc. God bless, Doc.
Bye.
I will work on the visa sponsorship already.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
I
you.
will email them. Okay, bye.
Yeah,
I'm now
bye-bye.
gonna
Bye,
end.
Doc.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Enjoy the party.
Okay,
2
bye-bye.
and 3.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.